trapped below buildings after a powerful earthquake in western Colombia. It registered a magnitude 7.4. Many people believe trapped. President Trump says the U.S. is, quote, semi-negotiating with Iran right now amid reports from Iranian state media that no formal negotiations are underway. Over the weekend, Iran made new demands to reopen the strait, including with withdrawal of all U.S. troops in the region and the approval to charge a fee to travel through it. Mick Mulroy is a former Defense Department official in the Middle East.
It's not even close to something that agreement that would be in the U.S. interest. And it's also important to point out, nor the world's interest, because they're talking about a 7% fee, at least that's what's being reported, on every ship that goes through the strait.
The recall of jalapeno peppers linked to a salmonella outbreak is widening now. Prepackaged burritos, salads, and salsas are included. This is ABC News. We're chasing the virus, but it's ahead of us. That's what the regional director for the World Health Organization in Africa says about Ebola. The WHO today confirming that the outbreak likely began in February, months before it was officially declared in mid-May. No one is quite sure why they were produced or how they ended up in a storage facility in Wisconsin. However, a collection of ultra-rare Nintendo game cartridges are about to hit the auction block. Here's ABC's Jim Ryan.
When someone brought in a box containing 97 Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt NES cartridges, the owner of One Shop Wonders in Waukesha, Wisconsin, was thrilled and confused.
These were printed about 2 years after the last known printing of these games.
Jason Ganos runs a site called Nintendo Wire.
Nobody has ever seen these specific carts before.
Made in 1993, the games look brand new. They may fetch millions at an auction that starts tomorrow. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
I'm Sherry Preston. ABC News.
More than 2 weeks after the fires started, some Spokane area evacuees are finally going home. But first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic with Ted Beener.
Thank you. This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio app. All earlier blocking issues have cleared, and your Monday morning commute traffic volumes and drive times, they are easing. The remaining significant slowdowns include northbound 405 from the Renton curves into Newcastle and a little bit from I-90 into downtown Bellevue, as well as northbound I-5 from Albro into downtown. Now, from the north end, southbound I-5 remains challenging from Northgate to the Mercer Street exit, and southbound 405 is still crowded from Canyon Park to the 160th interchange, and again from 85th to 520. Some drive times, Everett to Seattle, Bellevue, both of those around 55 minutes. Coming in from the south end, Federal Way to Seattle is east at 30 minutes. 20 of those are from South Center. Puyallup to Renton has improved to 27 minutes, and Renton to Bellevue is down to 25 minutes. Text APP to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Fire evacuations have been relaxed in Spokane, but the thousands of families returning home are facing new dangers. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery reports.
Danger is everywhere in Spokane.
You still have to think about smoke, ash, damaged utilities, and other hazards before settling back in.
That's County Health Officer Dr. Frank Velasquez. The Red Cross is handing out kits with full-body suits, booties, masks, and gloves.
If you see a Red Cross vehicle or a Red Cross banner, stop in and get a kit. We will give them to anybody. We just want you to be safe.
And they could use volunteers and donations. Head to redcross.org for that. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
A volunteer firefighter who lost her own home in the Spokane complex fires is still showing up to help others.
AJ DeLeo had to evacuate from her home in the Indian Trails neighborhood after wildfires broke out over the weekend. Her home was destroyed, but she knows what she's going to do next.
The winds were right, we're uphill. It was gone. And so my priority was getting my family to safety, and luckily I have family that was able to take us in. Once that was taken care of, how do I help?
DeLeo continued fighting fires with Stevens County Fire District 1, even as she realized she was going to have to start over.
That was KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon reporting. Seattle police are investigating a deadly shooting in West Seattle's High Point neighborhood. Officers were called just after midnight after reports that a gunshot victim was being driven to the 2700 block of First Avenue South. Police found a 28-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the chest. He was rushed to Harborview in critical condition but later died. Investigators say the shooting happened near Southwest Graham Street. So far, no arrests have been announced. An Alaska Airlines flight bound for Seattle on Sunday night was forced back to the gate in Miami after reports of threats from passengers on board. This is air traffic control audio provided by ATC.com.
We have a customer disturbance on board right now with threats coming from customers. We want to go into a lockdown protocol.
2 passengers were removed and the flight eventually continued to Seattle. In a statement, Alaska Airlines says the safety of our guests and crew is always our highest priority. And a record-setting gift is headed to the University of Washington. The Gates Foundation is awarding over $500 million to the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluations, or IHME. The $550.2 million donation will expand global health research, forecasting, and spending analysis. And now to your KIRO News Radio forecast. We got some low clouds this morning that'll clear for partly cloudy skies. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 60 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, we back! It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning to all of you. And when I say we back, Ursula, we are back to the best weather out there. Except for what Ted Beater's going to talk about here in a second.
Yes.
But as far as temperature.
Minus the fire danger.
Yeah, minus that.
Yes.
But I just want to say, like,
because you like
weather,
it in the 70s.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're done with the 80s.
Perfect.
80s
Now,
for me was a perfect decade, by the way.
So even though it was a great weekend weather-wise, I worked, but at least I was working in the weather. You get to tell us a little bit about your birthday. Did you do that? Some of that, little bit of that today? Did you have some fun?
Sure, it was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun?
But I'm almost past the birthday weekend.
Okay.
I'm ready to be fully 61 and loving this new year.
61?
I know.
61?
Feels even better than 60.
All right, what are we doing today?
Well, talk about churn. That's what's happening with police chiefs in Seattle. So coming up at 9:30, we're going to hear from the guy who has the seat for now. Does he want the permanent gig? So we'll talk about that.
Does he live here?
East King County, I hear. But he's got some roots elsewhere. So we'll talk about that because he did have an interview with James Lynch and others. So we'll get to hear from him. Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line is 888-973-5476. Coming up at 9:47, has Whole Foods lost its reputation as whole paycheck? And I'm just curious, while grocery prices are so high, what are your hacks? Text us. I want to know, like, do you have a place where you're like, I still get some really good prices?
You know what? I can't wait to 9:47 because I know you're asking, is Whole Foods still whole paychecks? And I have a way to make that segment funny and fun. And sometimes it is hard for people and businesses to shake off a reputation.
Oh, yeah.
What are some reputations that no longer exist today? Or some reputations that still do exist when it comes to businesses.
Yeah,
so
I love that. Okay, right. I love that.
Let's get to it. Ursa's top stories today brought to you by Pittergas Law.
While massive wildfires continue burning across eastern Washington, the fire danger here at home is now considered critically high. King County is now moved to a stage 2 burn ban, which means you can't have outdoor recreational fires in unincorporated areas. Eastside Fire and Rescue is warning that western Washington is typically about a month behind eastern Washington when it comes to peak fire danger. So what does that all mean? KIRO meteorologist and emergency management expert Ted Beater is sticking around here to help us sort this all out. So let's just start with where we are here in this side of the mountains in terms of fire danger.
Well, first of all, to have fire, you got to be dry and warm. And dry, boy, are we dry. Much of western Washington is either abnormally dry or has entered moderate drought conditions. So we're dry, and there's no rain in the forecast for the next week or so. And looking at the outlooks all the way into September, really good odds on above average temperatures and below average precipitation. So things are ripe for wildfires here on the west side.
I was going to say, are all the conditions there for a fast-moving wildfire here?
Not quite yet. The big factor would be wind. And I want to take you back to Labor Day weekend of 2020. You remember that, G? We had an east wind event. It was very similar to kind of like a Santa Ana wind in Southern California.
I do remember that.
Okay. And it was hot, dry. In fact, we were close to 90 degrees on that Labor Day weekend. We had a red flag warning out, which is very rare for Western Washington, which basically means if a fire gets started, it's going to spread rapidly. And that's what happened in Bonnie Lake. They had a fire down there, burned 4 homes. And you might remember down in Oregon, they had fires in the Columbia Gorge, east of Salem, east of Eugene, Phoenix and Talent down in the Medford area. They burned to the ground that same weekend, and they're still recovering to this day from that event. Also, in 2017, you might remember the Scatter Creek fire. There's that rest area on southbound I-5 or northbound, south of Tumwater. They had a fire start on the west side of the freeway, west winds blowing in from the coast, blew it across the freeway to the east side and burned a lot of outbuildings, etc. That's the only time I've seen one of those retardant tankers, the aircraft, dump that red stuff all over the place here in Western Washington.
You know, Ted, unfortunately, sometimes I could be honest to a fault. 2020 Labor Day weekend, it was during COVID. I don't really remember much during that time. So just being very transparent.
No, that's fine.
So I don't remember. But another thing I want to be very transparent about is this. The reason why I think it is important to have you on is because I'll admit something. I think a year ago, in all these wildfire conversations, and every time it's been coming up, in my mind, I've always just been thinking, well, that's just over there. It's on the outskirts. It doesn't really happen too much here west, especially along I-5 and those things. I am now starting to really listen to what you say, and I think a lot of people should listen. My question is simple. You said now it is right now, potentially. Is this going to get worse, Ted?
Are you talking years from now?
Yes.
Well, we just had more wildfire smoke here for the 8th summer out of the last 10. And I don't ever remember having any of that. Right, Ursula?
Yeah.
Nothing that you and I have any memory of, and I think many of our listeners have that as well. So our summers are getting longer. They're starting earlier, usually in the month of May, and they go all the way into October, which means our fire season is longer. Right. We've heard about that down in California. It's basically a year-round fire season in California at this point. So bottom line, I don't see this changing as we move forward into the 2030s.
Okay, well, so given that reality, let's just talk about if we were to have a wildfire in Western Washington, what makes it even harder to fight when we're dealing with something on this side of the mountains?
Wind. Wind is the big factor. You saw it with the Spokane fires a couple of Saturdays ago. They had a red flag warning out. They had wind gusts in the Spokane area up to 45 miles per hour. And we unfortunately had an alleged arsonist that started that, and he knew he was following weather conditions. He knew what to do and when to do it. And I really would hate to see somebody doing that here on this side. The Bonnie Lake event, we had east winds. That is what helped spread that fire very rapidly, along with all those other fires down in Oregon.
But we're talking about areas also that are much more heavily populated.
Right.
We're not talking about wildfire country. We're talking about heavily populated areas.
2 points I want to make on that. Number one, we're building more and more out into the wilderness, right? So the urban interface issues are becoming greater and greater as we build towards the Olympics, we build into the Cascades, et cetera. Number two, we need more people to do what you're doing, G, is to better understand that this is an issue, and you can start to build defensible space around your home, your business. I highly recommend going to firewise.org. All the details that you need to do. I live
Get
next
that
to
go bag too, which we were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people in Spokane had to deal with.
Yes, they
right?
did.
Exactly. Have that. If it isn't already in your car, have it in the hallway closet or something. You just literally grab and go. food, water, medicines, cash, whatever you need to take with you, those personal belongings, photographs, whatever the case may be. I live next to a natural growth protection area. I cannot touch it lawfully, okay? I can keep it out of my property line, but it is very dry. And I am always thinking about what would happen if embers from a fire far away came in there and started a fire right there and then spread close to my house. So and there's lots of people that have that issue.
Before you go, Ted, can you give people the website that you always give us? That way people that are just first tuning in and they want to say, hey, what can I do to make sure I am or we are as a family are better prepared? What's that website again?
Firewise, one word, firewise.org. Lots of information there. You can also go to the State Emergency Management site, FEMA-ready.gov. A lot of your county jurisdictions also have information on wildfire readiness. Lots of information out there. You just need to take action, and now would be the time to do it before this summer ends.
I do want to ask one last little quick thing, because I forgot to ask you about this lightning-caused fire west of Snoqualmie Pass. I mean, what is the latest on that?
Well, it's east of Snoqualmie Pass.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, and I'm not sure it was lightning caused. We didn't have any thunderstorms. So that's my concern. See, it's close to I-90, which means it's where people are. Could have been a hiker, could have been a campfire. I don't think they've determined the cause yet, but you saw how much it blew up. I'm looking at it on Zoom Earth right now, and it is producing a lot of smoke. And what is it? 9:15 in the morning. It's already up to 2,000 acres at this point.
Wow.
Thanks, Ted.
Thank you, Ted.
You're welcome. Stay safe.
Okay, let's move to problems here in Seattle, because right now the city's trying to solve a problem that it has wrestled with for years, and that's people living in broken down RVs who are parking indefinitely on city streets, while the city has very few effective tools basically to either move them along or help the people who live inside of them. And now Councilmember Dan Strauss is proposing a new system. So starting next year, if this is approved, RVs and travel trailers without a city permit would only be able to park on Seattle streets for 2 hours. And they can't park overnight between midnight and 6 a.m. But people already living in those RVs, could qualify for a temporary permit, allowing them to stay up to 72 hours. But they would be in designated industrial areas while working with a caseworker towards shelter or housing. So the city would also put $5 million toward outreach, safe parking lots, and vehicle storage. And the council member, Dan Strauss, says the current approach is just not working, especially in his Ballard district, where for years they've dealt with clusters of deteriorating RVs and all sorts of complaints about the garbage, the crime, and the drugs.
Ursula, when we talk about the unhoused situation, we don't talk enough about the people that are living in cars and or RVs. There are some people that are living, as a matter of fact, I just saw and read this morning that of those that are unhoused out there, 1 in 4 are living in some type of vehicle or in some matter. Now, there's people that live in their cars, they go to work every day, they have kids, they take to school, they just haven't been able to get over the hump when it comes to getting housing. Now, I set that up to say this, Ursula. I am okay with tougher rules when it comes to RVs.
Yes.
You see how I was able to do that? You see, both can be done. Watch how I do this, it's very simple. I'm very, very okay with tougher rules and restrictions when it comes to RVs. No, 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 you cannot park your dang on RV here. Now, on the next hand, I want to say, hey, here's more help for people that need it, for folks that are getting up, going to work, folks getting up and taking their kids to school. But what we're not going to have, you see, it's like being a parent, Ursula. You can have strict rules and still love your children, right? You're not going to do this. You have to do this. But, hey, I'm going to have a compassion and empathy for you. I think Seattle needs to do a better job of that. But that whole just letting these RVs stick around, no.
No. And when that 2 hours, so I actually think this is a great idea, because this is essentially a trade. The city creates a legal path for people who really want to get off the street, while giving the city much stronger authority to crack down on those RVs when they refuse help. But here's my question. When that 2 hour clock runs out, where are they supposed to go? Because Seattle is still thousands of shelter beds short, despite the ridiculous amounts of money we've been spending on it. And this is the question that keeps coming up. It's like, where is that money going? We don't even know how many people are actually living in these RVs, but I'm with you. Help those who actually want the help. Have stricter policies for sure, but also, where is that money going?
I don't know.
Because right now, 28 affordable and available rentals exist for every 100 extremely low-income households. You do the math.
You know what I was thinking about downstairs? And you just asked that question, and you just made me want to talk about something else. Seriously. I was thinking, the people that hear about the homelessness crisis and the situation and the emergency and money being missing and money's being spent for that and new tax for this. You know what I was thinking? Most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, the people hear about these things from you and I. And the reason why I'm saying, and I'm bringing that up, is because both you and I are not experts at this topic. Both you and I don't get paid to come up with any solutions. Sometimes people text us and say, okay, Gee and Ursula, what kind of solution do you have? I don't know. We're just giving an opinion. My point is that there are literally people that get paid to come up with solutions. And the problem gets worse every year. Yeah, and they're going to hear it from us.
And that is why you hear terms like homeless industrial complex, because it seems like the more money that you put into it, the bigger the problem gets. And that is the issue. So either they need to do a better job of making the money go toward what it is that really needs to be addressed, or maybe get out of the business and find someone else who can actually do a better job.
Can I ask you a question? And I'm going to ask it, but I don't want you to laugh or anybody listening to laugh, because Tramal from Federal Way makes a good point. Where do they get these RVs from?
Oh, there are some lots that have the most dilapidated RVs for cheap,
sale?
For very cheap.
Really?
Yes. Like even if you were to go on Craigslist, are you kidding me? Yeah, there's all sorts of. Some of those, like people, they just want them out.
I just want to get rid of them, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of them are really not livable. Okay, the University of Washington just landed the largest single donation in its history, G. The Gates Foundation is giving $540 million to UW's Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation. The Seattle Times reports this money will fund 10 years of research at the Institute, which tracks disease, deaths, health trends around the world. I mean, this is the same organization that became really well known during COVID for its forecasting models. And so, as you know, the timing is also significant because federal dollars for scientific research has become increasingly uncertain, harder to come by.
$540 million, nearly $500 million. That's fantastic. I love that. But this story, on the heels of what Ursula just finished off with, this is the most important part of the story, and this is the part that I want everybody to go away with. The University of Washington said that they wanted to secure this long-term funding now because federal support for science and health research has become increasingly unpredictable. This past weekend, Ursula had the fortune, I was fortunate enough and grateful to be a part of Fred Hutch's Obliteride, the community that comes together to help cure cancer faster, right? I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're Democrat or anything. Scientific research shouldn't be on anybody's radar when it comes to political discussions and conversations. This past weekend, when I was around the amazing people that have had cancer, have cancer, are family members of those that are there, volunteers and staff, not one time this weekend, Ursula, did I hear conservative, liberal, Republican, or Democrat. And the reason why I didn't hear that, because when you're talking about research, scientific research, and help for people, political stuff does not matter. It does not come up when you're having a fight and to fight against these diseases.
No, absolutely correct. And I'm thankful for the Gates Foundation, but I do have a question.
What's that?
And we don't have time right now because we're actually late.
Yeah.
But I do have a question that I want to bring up later in the show.
Okay.
Because I want to know how you reconcile a couple of things going on when it comes to the Gates Foundation.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Hey, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Seattle's interim police chief had his first sit-down interview. We're going to let you hear some of it, and Ursula and I will discuss next. Gee and Ursula.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
You know what you can trust? The protection you get when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. You know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that said that thing you eat every day is a superfood and great for your gut health. But then 30 seconds later, a different article warns you to avoid it and it's taking years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Summer is for sunshine.
It's a beautiful day out for baseball here at T-Mobile Park.
Summer is for moonshots.
He just absolutely obliterates this! Multi-homer game, Cole Young!
Summer is for Mariners baseball.
Emerson is racing over, slides on! He makes the catch! Incredible!
So listen for the cheers and follow your ears to T-Mobile Park. Because where else can you travel to on a ferry boat and then eat crab nachos out of a ferry boat?
How sweet it is!
It is the sweetest, Rick. Mariners baseball. Tridents up.
Don't miss out on fireworks night this summer at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners are kicking off Players Weekend with the next show on Friday, August 21st against the Cubs, featuring a playlist curated by your favorite guys on the team. Go to mariners.com/fireworks to get your tickets and check out the complete lineup. Presented by T-Mobile.
Is your car's AC blowing warm air? Don't sweat it. Right now, save $50 on any AC service at Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Honest pricing, guaranteed work, 16 family-owned locations, and no appointment needed. Stay cool this summer. Bucky's.com.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments. Clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. The president told Axios over the weekend that the U.S. is now semi-negotiating with Iran amid reports from the Iranian state media that no formal negotiations are underway. It comes as Iran makes a list of demands and represents a big change in rhetoric. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has more.
In past weeks, we've heard the president talk about a last chance for Iran. In recent months, since the war began in late February, he's talked about a complete surrender that he's demanded. And now you have the Iranians trying to put international pressure on the United States, on the global economy, by threatening to choke off traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, now demanding reparations and an end to the blockade.
A new fire much closer to home is burning near Mount Rainier. This is the Grand Park 2 fire, which has already torched more than 300 square acres. It was reported on Friday and is 0% contained. There's no danger right now to Greenwater, but the Sunrise area and White River Campground are closed to all public access. So is the White River Road from SR 410 to the White River Campground and the Sunrise Roads from the White River Campground to Sunrise. The scope of devastation from the Spokane complex fires is becoming more clear as evacuation orders are rolling back in many of the worst hit areas. KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu visited a neighborhood near Riverside State Park.
The fires are no longer burning in this neighborhood next to the Spokane River, but the danger isn't over. People returning to their homes are forced to wear Tyvek suits and other protective gear while they search for whatever survived the fire. Officials warn the ashes that used to be their homes could give them cancer.
I mean, look around. I mean, this isn't any place somebody should be if they don't have to be.
Sarah Bird saw the fire coming through Riverside State Park after jumping the Spokane River. Stuck for hours in the evacuation traffic jams, she knew her home was gone.
Security was a major focus this weekend at Seattle's Capitol Hill Block Party, which wrapped up last night. The three-day festival came just 2 weeks after 3 people were killed in a shooting at the Bite of Seattle. Organizers increased security with restricted entrances, bag searches, metal detectors, and a visible police presence. Festival marketing director Grace Lindsay says,
security and the safety of the guests and the artists and the staff is obviously top priority.
Thousands turned out for the event. Now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Everett to Seattle is about 48 minutes. Federal Way to Bellevue, also 48 minutes. Issaquah, if you're going into Seattle, will take you at least 15. And downtown Seattle to SeaTac is going to take you at least 12 minutes. And this traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. And for your forecast, low clouds are clearing. It's going to give way to sunshine this afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 60 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. We sure appreciate you hanging out with us. Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. And coming up at 9:47, we're asking, what are some of your grocery hacks? Like, what are you doing when it comes to trying to save money when you buy your groceries? And then I loved it because Whole Foods is trying to lose its reputation, this whole paycheck. Yeah. And we were just chatting, like, what are some things that have had a hard time shaking off their bad reputations, and what have some successful ones been? I think I have one. I've mentioned it recently, and I'm going to mention it again. One very, very important one.
I have one. It's a restaurant that's had a bad reputation, but I am hearing that lately it has been great.
Oh, okay. So we'll talk about that coming up at 9:47. But right now, Seattle might have an even bigger problem than just finding its next police chief. It may have trouble convincing a top candidate to take the job. Now, this is something that former King County Sheriff John Urquhart said on our show, plain and simply.
Well, let me give you a little list here. John Diaz, Jim Pugil, Harry Bailey, Kathleen O'Toole, Carmen Best, Adrian Diaz, Sue Rahr, Sean Barnes. 8 police chiefs since 2009. The average 2 years. That's it. What police chief, what A-list person in their right mind would come to Seattle to be the police chief here under a brand new mayor that's got her own problems? That's the issue. Seattle deserves an A-list person.
Okay, we're laughing uncomfortably during that interview, but former interim Seattle Police Chief Sue Rahr told the Seattle Times the exact same thing. It's like, what A-lister is going to want to come because City Hall politics are so toxic?
Right. Are you going to play some of the sound?
I am. So yes, because Sue Rahr. Yeah, so Sue Rahr says that it could force Seattle to promote from within. Like she thinks the next chief is going to have to come from within.
Just for
yeah.
I 1,000,000% agree. No, being serious.
Yeah.
The next police chief of Seattle needs to come from within SPD.
Yes.
It's not rocket science.
Okay, so the question is this guy who's already sitting in the police chief's chair looking for a permanent gig?
Okay.
And what we're finding out is that interim chief Andre Sales is not committing to that just yet, to saying that, right? Mm-hmm. And so he started doing some rounds of interviews, including one with our own James Lynch, and he said he claimed that he hadn't decided whether he's going to apply, but he does want to stay with SPD.
I think we all owe it to ourselves to make our own judgments of people. And in this week, the 3 times I've met with Mayor Wilson, I have trust in what she wants me to push forward, and that is public safety.
And unlike a lot of outsiders that Seattle might try to recruit, the interim chief, Andre Sales, already seems to have a lot of support within the department. Mm-hmm. I know that the Seattle Police Officers Guild said it strongly supports his appointment. I think they were saying something to the effect of, in all this turmoil with Chief Sean Barnes, at least something good came out, which was to have Andre Sales there. He has support from rank and file officers who say he's a cop's cop and he's well liked. He's done well since coming to SPD, but there are a lot of questions.
Right. Now, did you have any more sound of him? Okay, no problem. I listened to the whole interview, Ursula, and respectfully, I think he's doing and saying exactly what the mayor wants him to say. Now, because this isn't just about the Seattle Police Department, Ursula, I want to just say something that happens in corporate America very often. Companies will tell you, hey, we want your perspective. We want your diversity of thought. We want you to lead. But a lot of times all that means is we want you to walk and talk like we want you to. Walk this way, talk this way. It was a song, Mick Jagger.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment you do, suddenly, when you start doing it, you could be doing your job, Ursula, the right way. But the moment you don't make them feel comfortable, or the moment you do something and talk in a way that makes them uncomfortable, the whole Sean Barnes things happen. By the way, it's not even about Sean Barnes, because everybody's not
sailed.
Perfect. But I just want to say this. When everything is going well with leadership, in June of this year, Ursula, you reported it and talked about it. Seattle had 0 homicides in the month of June. The first homicide-free June in 56 years.
Yeah.
1970. So if you want to tell me that the chief needed to go, okay. If you have some special window into why he needed to go, okay. All of the travel things and all those things, all of that stuff was happening under the mayor, and success was still happening. So all I'm saying is, with the new interim chief, they asked him about cameras, and he gave the answer that only Katie...
what did he say? What did he say? Because I was looking for the audio.
Yeah,
I wanted it.
They asked him about cameras and everything like that, and he gave the most political answer. Well, hey, I'm going to continue collaborating and working with the mayor's office, and I've been having really good conversations with the mayor. Again,
can't commit because Chief Barnes, without telling us flat out we knew he was in favor of turning on the cameras, and they clashed over that.
They clashed over. So I'll just kind of keep it simple. Let me just say that this isn't just SPD. This is corporate America. And some of you all know, and you could be doing your job the right way, but if you're not one of them, right, if you don't talk like they want you to, you're out. And they want to put somebody else in that's going to talk like we want to. So to the interim chief, continue to do your job, good brother. No doubt about it. But it's going to be hard because you're about public safety and the mayor's office is not. What you got, Urs?
Well, I wanted to just remind you what she said she wants in the next chief.
I will be looking for someone who can be an effective leader of our police department from top to bottom. In particular, that means listening to and building relationships with the people standing behind me. The experienced and dedicated people who are leading our officers on the ground in neighborhoods across our city every single day. I will be looking for someone who can earn the respect of our police force while also leading needed changes to culture and protocol in a way that is firm and fair. I will be looking for someone who can practice clear communication in stressful situations. I will be looking for someone who is consistently present in Seattle.
Okay, I was waiting for that point because one potential issue is that while Sales lives in East King County, not in Seattle, he still does have a home and family in Illinois. And he did say that he travels there every 8 weeks or so, but he did say his wife spends most of the time here. So
I just want to say thank you to JD from Puyallup. I messed up. It was Aerosmith, not Mick Jagger. Walk this way. We want to get things right.
You can count on our listeners. They're going to keep us straight.
We're going to get things right.
Okay, yeah, no, it's important to be right.
Okay, Ursula, is it still Whole Foods or is it Whole Paycheck? Or has it changed?
They want it to be Whole Foods, not Whole Paycheck.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk about it next. Gee Ursula.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Summer calls for road travel across our region. Have you noticed more vehicles on our highways and local roads? Obviously, traffic in the city is going to be crowded, especially with the Ship Canal Bridge construction. But there have been a ton more people heading north on I-5 and east on I-90 for weekends and holidays than again on Sundays coming home. More people on the roads means more accidents. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself on the shoulder exchanging information. If you're one of the unlucky ones or know a friend or family member, reverse your fortune by having Harold Carr Law Offices deal with insurance. While you're resting, receiving physical therapy, and taking time off work, Harold Carr Law Offices will negotiate with insurance on your behalf while compiling necessary paperwork and getting you the best recovery possible. 7 locations across Western Washington and a track record of success for their clients. Carr is spelled with 2 R's. C-A-R-R. CarLaw.com. C-A-R-R. Car accident? Call Carr.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Carrie injured her back years ago. This is her story.
My herniated disc was so significant that they did the first surgery, the laminectomy and a microdiscectomy. The first surgery failed and I ended up with another herniated disc, which is pretty typical that herniations just move up your spine. The doctor was recommending another fusion surgery. So I researched alternative therapies. Sound Pain Solutions developed a plan that included bioelectric therapy, laser therapy, decompression, pressure wave therapy, in addition to rehab. Once we started that comprehensive approach, it went phenomenally. They honestly have given me my life back, and I'm happy to help other patients find sound pain solutions sooner.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
This is it. These are the nights. The ones where you laugh until you can't anymore. And smile until your head hits the pillow. Where everything feels just right. Because it is. Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Must be 21 and over. Please gamble responsibly.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. You know what? At 9:47, as you all know, we like to kind of lighten it up a little bit. So, Ursula, Whole Foods would like for you all to stop. Stop calling it whole paycheck. Bloomberg reports the Amazon-owned grocer is making a serious play for you shoppers who love organic kale. Stop right there. Ursula, do you love organic kale? Like, I mean, the fact that
looking at me, you should know the answer.
I mean, the fact that if I'm eating kale, shouldn't it be clean enough? I don't know. Anyway, so
you know what, kale with Caesar dressing is incredible.
It's good. No,
it's really good.
And then the crispy, like
yes.
you heat it up. Yeah,
yes.
Okay. So Whole Foods has expanded its cheaper 365 store brand to more than 4,000 products and cut prices on hundreds of items. And here's the surprising part. Consumer data by Bloomberg shows Whole Foods prices have actually gone up less since 2019 than prices at Walmart and Kroger.
What?
Amazon is betting it can turn Whole Foods from the place you go for fancy goat cheese and serious financial damage at checkout into someplace regular people buy groceries. All right, Ursula, before we have some fun and talk into this, right now, what is your thought on this whole Whole Foods?
Well, congratulations, because Whole Foods was becoming whole paycheck. And I love going to the Whole Foods there in the Roosevelt neighborhood.
Okay.
such a wonderful selection. Every time I've gone in there, the people who work there are fantastic, but it would feel like it was a major chunk out of your paycheck.
Right.
And it's similar to me as when I go into Met Market, which I also love. And I think their quality is excellent. But man, you can really notice the difference in the prices.
Right. No doubt. Now, Ursula, let's have some fun.
Okay.
Text messages, we need y'all at 888-973-5476. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about stores that had a reputation before, stores and or restaurants that had a reputation before, but today that reputation is different, and you can tell us what that is. So I'll start off. With Costco is a place that you shop if you have a big family. That reputation?
That's still my reputation.
See, I disagree with that.
Okay, so what are you doing? Because I'm not going to lie. This is the first year I don't have a Costco membership.
See, that's the thing. Like, you can go there. I know, like, oh, they got all the toilet paper. They got all the paper towels. They have all those things. And so people think, we've been having this conversation that you got to go there and you got to buy 18,000 of this. And to which I say, that's not the reputation anymore. You actually go in there. There's things for people that just live as a couple.
It's just me and my wife, and we are executive Costco members. We go once every 2 weeks, and we don't stock up like you were just talking about. We just get our regular groceries there. Love it. Love Costco.
Okay.
I love Costco, too. Okay, I wasn't ready to give you some restaurants that have bucked their
or
reputation.
Stores,
but I mean, there was a time when I wouldn't step foot in a Jack in the Box, and I'll do that now.
Is that because of the reputation?
Yeah.
You know that's why in the Chicago area they don't have one at all.
Yeah,
because of that.
I mean that the E. coli did some serious damage, but I think them bringing that Jack character and really working hard on educating people as to what they do in terms of trying to make your food safe. I have gone back.
Okay.
So that would be one. I mean, I was just thinking of reputations in general. I was just thinking of how I used to think of Tacoma and how my mind completely changed by going to Tacoma.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually seeing how beautiful it was. And in fact, it was such a stark change for me that as I was describing it, someone else who lived in Tacoma texted in and said, I've kind of been looking around and you're right. It really has changed dramatically for the better.
All right, I got one.
Yeah.
Irene from Tacoma, I'm stealing yours. Thank you, Irene. KFC, I used to love KFC chicken. Oh, what happened to KFC? Is it because we got better chicken or did it fall off? I don't know. I'm just saying. I used to
for me,
love
it's that skin which is so good and so
that
bad.
the original.
Yes, it does fall off.
Now,
and I wonder if it's because we've all gotten. Well, most of us have gotten much better about trying to be more health conscious.
Okay. All right. Yeah, probably.
Because yesterday we went to, and I love Ivar's, and I love supporting, a local chain. And I just told my husband yesterday, I said, for some reason, the Ivar's didn't hit me yesterday like it normally does.
It didn't.
And it could be because of taste changing, because of medication, that kind of thing. And so that's what I'm trying. I'm going to give grace because I want to still support a local company like that.
Okay. Here's one for you guys. Let's talk Outback Steakhouse. Outback Steakhouse. I have, since the Bloomin' Onion and all that, I'm like, Outback is terrible. I have been hearing that Outback has
it's back.
It's back. It has stepped its game up. So if there's any other things, any reputations out there you guys want to text in, please text those in. Ursula, you got any more?
Well, some people are also texting in about where they shop. And so text that in too as well. Karen from Lake Forest Park says, I don't think Whole Foods is whole paycheck anymore. I swear the Hagen grocery stores are more expensive than Whole Foods.
I got to give
what's your hack though? I mean, because
here, I think
I go to Safeway. I always feel like still has the great deals, but please, can you just get rid of the digital coupons?
I think groceries, look, can we just all just agree? Groceries are more expensive today.
Yes.
Doesn't matter where you shop. If you're going into your Safeway Albertsons in the stores or your community store, what makes places better than others is when they know your name. What you got, Ursula?
Well, David in Redmond, you're absolutely right. Sorry, we're all over the place here. David in Redmond just reminded me. Do you remember Domino's admitting their pizza stinks? Well, it helped turn them around.
Unpopular opinion. I love Domino's pizza. Unpopular opinion.
For the price, it's hard to beat.
And it's consistent. Love Domino's. All right. Nick, you're doing a great job on the board, good brother. Appreciate you. Hey, coming up at 10 o'clock, and what's new at 10? We got a lot of stuff going on, including the Gorge Theater development. Oh, there's some stuff going on there. We'll do all that next. Gee Ursula.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
Join in on the conversation by sending a text to 888-973-5476. That's 888-973-KIRO.
The Boeing Classic welcomes the world's greatest golf legends to the Pacific Northwest, August 14th through the 16th at the Club at Snoqualmie Ridge. Watch Masters champions and Golf Hall of Famers compete for a $2.3 million purse at the only PGA Tour champion stop in the region. Bring the whole family and make sure to check out the Seahawks Village, packed with fun for all ages. Tickets start at just $20 and kids get in free. Visit BoeingClassic.com to get yours today.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Gee and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Clutter happens. Let Closets by Design save the day. For a limited time, get 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18-month 0% financing on approved credit if paid in full. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In Colombia, 7.4 magnitude earthquake rocking the Chaco region. Local officials say at least 24 people are dead. Here's ABC's Lama Hassan.
Posting on social media, the governor of Chaco region, where the epicenter of the quake is, she says that there are injuries and severe damage to some buildings, adding that they are now concerned about aftershocks. And of course, don't forget that this comes after those recent deadly twin earthquakes that hit neighboring Venezuela that has killed more than 6,100 people.
Colombia's newly elected president on X says he'll travel to help the communities impacted, including the coffee growers region. The stalemate over the Strait of Hormuz continues, with Iran demanding that the U.S. lift its naval blockade and sanctions, the U.S. continuing to warn that Iran could face new strikes. In South Carolina this hour, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth holding a ceremony to rename Joint Base Charleston to Joint Base Lindsey Graham. The late senator served in the Air Force, Reserves, and National Guard. This is ABC News. A widening recall of jalapeno peppers possibly tainted with salmonella. Stores including Kroger, H-E-B, Walmart, and Albertsons now rushing to remove the peppers. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
Taylor Farms says it got the jalapenos from Coast Citrus Distributors. The FDA, we know, had already linked that company to the salmonella outbreak. It's made 375 people sick across 27 states. Up until now, we had only been aware of potentially contaminated jalapenos sold at Chipotle, Qdoba, some other restaurants which removed them. Now this list is clearly expanding.
California offering a new tax incentive for electric vehicle purchases.
Now, Californians will automatically get a $3,500 tax credit on a new zero-emissions car, or half of that for a used EV. The state set aside just over $135 million as a one-time investment, with partnering automakers matching that amount.
ABC's Monica Madden. The tax break applies to drivers who buy an EV for the first time. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
More than 2 weeks after the fire started, some Spokane area evacuees are finally going home. More on that, but first, KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Federal Way to Bellevue will take you at least 50 minutes right now. Issaquah into Seattle about 20, and downtown to Seattle to SeaTac around 12 minutes. And watch out for ongoing construction impacting 405 and SR 520. Give yourself a little extra time this morning. This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO Newsradio app, listen to your favorite shows, and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Fire evacuations have been relaxed in Spokane, but the thousands of families returning home are facing new dangers. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery reports.
Danger is everywhere in Spokane.
You still have to think about smoke, ash, damaged utilities, and other hazards before settling back in.
That's County Health Officer Dr. Frank Velasquez. The Red Cross is handing out kits with full-body suits, booties, masks, and gloves.
If you see a Red Cross vehicle or a Red Cross banner, stop in and get a kit. We will give them to anybody. We just want you to be safe.
And they could use volunteers and donations. Head to redcross.org for that. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
A lightning-caused wildfire 6 miles west of Snoqualmie Pass is growing and threatening cabins at the north end of Cochise Lake. The Three Queens fire grew by about 400 acres to 800 acres due to high winds Friday, and it's 0% contained. A level 3 go now evacuation is in effect for people in cabins and camp areas around Cooper Lake. That's about 3 miles northeast of Cochise. And a level 2 get ready to leave advisory is in place for areas south of Cooper Lake and west of Salmon-Lasac Road. 2 passengers were removed from an Alaska Airlines flight in Miami after crew members say they became disruptive as the plane prepared to taxi for Seattle on Sunday night. This is air traffic control audio provided by ATC.com.
The flight attendants have received threats from customers on board the aircraft.
The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office later determined there was no credible threat. The other passengers reboarded, and the flight continued to Seattle without further incident. In a statement, Alaska Airlines says the safety of our guests and crew is always our highest priority. Boeing is reshaping part of its future in aviation. The company announced it will sell 3 aerospace technology companies to Archer Aviation. The companies say the move creates a new end-to-end AI-driven aerospace and defense platform. Boeing will invest in Archer and continue sharing technology under a long-term collaboration agreement. And now for your forecast, we have some clouds ahead of us, but sunshine is on the way. Highs today will be in the mid-70s. Right now, it's about 61 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. How y'all feeling out there today? Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. If you want to, text us, 888-973-5476. What is one thing that you're looking forward to in the month of August? Only one thing, not 2 or 3. Just one thing that you're looking forward to in the month of August. Good morning, Ursula.
Oh, good morning. Now I got to think about that one. Birthday's past me, so
That's
I'm
right.
not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So what is that one thing? Okay,
One thing.
I'll come up with one too, and I look forward to sharing. Also, coming up at 10:30, have you heard of the term pervert glasses? Apparently,
I have.
Some glasses that one of us may have a pair of are now being called pervert glasses.
Yeah, I got to talk about it.
Yeah, okay, so we'll talk about that at 10:33. As always, we invite you to join us on the Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line, 888-973-5476.
What's new at 10?
So we told you earlier about the Gates Foundation giving the University of Washington a record $540 million for global health research. And we were talking about how important it is right now when federal funding for health research is drying up.
Right.
And there is another part, though, to the story that we didn't get to in the last hour. And I wanted to bring it up here because, as you all know, Bill Gates has acknowledged spending time with Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein was already a convicted sex offender, and something that Bill Gates has since called a serious mistake.
Well, Jeffrey, in retrospect, I was foolish to spend any time with him, and he sort of, got time with various people by spending time with other people. So, yes, I think I was quite stupid. I thought it would help me with global health philanthropy. In fact, it failed to do that, and it was just a huge mistake.
So he makes that admission, but at the same time, the philanthropy that Bill Gates helped build has poured tens of billions of dollars into fighting disease, fighting poverty, and fighting preventable deaths all around the world. So I guess my question is, how do you reconcile those two Bill Gates versions?
It's very easy. It's really easy, but I'm glad you're bringing this up because we do need to talk about it. I look at Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation as two separate people. I think that the intentions of Bill Gates and Melinda Gates when they built the foundations, their intent was to do good in the world. Their intent was to deliver and reach out and start foundations or help with scientific research. I think that part, their intent still lives on in the work that the foundation does. So, there's a lot of things, Ursula, that I believe that the Gee and Ursula Show does better than anybody. We're able to take topics, right, and talk about the complexity of those topics. Some people just run with narrative. So they'll just say like, oh my goodness, Bill Gates said this, so the foundation must be terrible, right? And I think we do a good job of separating the two. I think with Bill Gates and that stuff, that's something for eventually, hopefully them Epstein files come out and we can find out a lot more. But until then, I think we can all collectively agree that the Gates Foundation continues to and has done amazing things.
Well, and they were put in this awkward position of having to, to basically say, yeah, you screwed up, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill is also the person who has been, the driving force behind all this good.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, you can exercise spectacularly bad judgment.
Yes.
Which Bill Gates did, while also doing extraordinary good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you did it perfectly, which is to put them in two separate categories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he screwed up.
Yeah.
But his foundation, the one that he built with Melinda, his ex, who, by the way, because of his foolish mistakes, also, ended that marriage because he's also since admitted he's had numerous affairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to point out his dad also was a big part of the foundation, and they've done tremendous good. So I think, yeah, you have to talk about it with the complexities that are involved.
Can I give you a fun fact and something that I pat myself on the back for? I've been auctioneering now for almost 13 years.
Yeah.
And the first person to buy an item from me when I was soliciting for bids and auctioneering was Bill Gates Sr.
Is that right?
He was the first person that bought it. I was at NAM, Northwest African American Museum. I was there and sold him the item. So anyway, Bill Gates Sr., may he rest in peace.
Wow. Okay, the folks who gave us the Gorge Amphitheater, did you hear that they're trying to do it again? They're trying to create something new.
Yeah.
So this story is from Como 4 News, and they're saying that Vince and Carol Bryan are planning a new venue called The Grotto. And this is going to be about 20 miles north of the Gorge in Quincy, which is perched above the Columbia River. And they've hired ZGF architects to design this outdoor performance space. Oh, no, excuse me. The vision is an indoor performance space built into a larger cultural campus called the Hilltop. And it's going to have architecture built, inspired by the cliffs, the canyon walls, and those huge Columbia River views. Have you been out there?
Yes.
Again, unbelievable beauty.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine, and now I'm going on and on, but I've yet to even go to the Gorge, which is on my bucket list. I can't believe I have not gone to a concert there, but I haven't.
I have an unpopular opinion.
Okay.
You guys like those sometimes.
Yes.
Unpopular opinion. Ursula, sometimes the venue is better than the artist.
Oh, I agree.
Sometimes the venue made that artist that was probably average really good.
Give me some examples.
I'm glad you said it. I was out there at the Gorge the first time for Sasquatch. Shout out to anybody that's ever been to Sasquatch. By the way, they don't do Sasquatch anymore, that event that they used to do out in the Gorge. And I'd be honest, some of the music was meh to me.
Yeah.
But the setting was so unbelievable that it was just pure bliss. This past weekend on Friday night, Obliterate had their Friday night party at Gasworks, right? And they had an incredible band. They were called The Dip, by the way. Oh, man, were they good. No, but the backdrop was The Dip was performing, and the backdrop was Lake Union, and it was beautiful. So Washington,
incredible.
So this is what I love about this story. I love how they are giving the people what they want. We have such amazing scenery here that the concert venue are like, hold on, Ursula, I think you like this outdoor stuff. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay, and again, I am almost ashamed that I have not been to the Gorge because everyone has told me you're missing out. So I need to make an excuse to go.
I got to tell you, another unpopular opinion, and I'll fight
you
you over
haven't
this.
lived until you've gone to the Gorge?
the Gorge has the best backdrop for an outdoor concert in all of Washington.
How about in the entire country? Can you, what is a venue that would have a better backdrop than that?
I want to say the entire country, but I don't want to be selfish, right? But I'd almost, guys, you guys text in. You guys heard that. Would you say the Gorge backdrop for a concert is better than anywhere in the country? I mean, the views that we got in this place is just, it's crazy.
It is crazy. And by the way, so this performance space that they're talking about, inspired by the cliffs, the canyon walls, the river views. I mean, if you've been out, I can already envision it. It's brilliant.
I only have one complaint when I go out there, though.
What's that?
That traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Out. And it can get windy. I apologize.
Yeah, this is true. Okay, hey, Seattle got a pretty good look this weekend at what it means to be a major sports city, as if World Cup wasn't enough. So on Saturday, the Seahawks held Fan Fest, right, at Lumen Field, while the Mariners celebrated 50 years of Seattle baseball next door at T-Mobile Park. So it was pretty crowded over there. There were tens of thousands of fans in the stadium district all at the same time. Nearby businesses said, they saw the kind of boost that they've come to expect when the stadiums are full. And after Seattle, of course, hosted those 6 World Cup matches earlier this summer, this is really becoming a bigger part of the city's identity and economy. And so the question is, for all of you listening right now, and for you, G, because you were intimately involved in all this, how much more should we be doing to chase these major sporting events?
A lot. See, I gotta tell you. By the way, a lot of you guys are texting me about Red Rocks in Colorado.
My son told me about Red Rocks.
Okay, I have no idea. So during the break, I'm gonna go educate myself and go see. I've never been there before, but anyways, okay, let's get back to it. I know it's popular to really, talk bad about Seattle, but I gotta tell y'all, you know what I mean? Like, Seattle is really, really beautiful. I was downtown all weekend, and I'm telling you right now, I mean, I'd put this up against any city in the country. I know some of y'all gonna text in and say, well, what about this city? But anyways, it's beautiful. So, yeah.
Yesterday, okay, did you see the text message I sent you? Because we were out as part of my birthday weekend.
That was funny.
As part of my birthday weekend, my friend Sonia took us out on the boat. So we were, and I'm looking around.
Was that Sharon's idea?
No, that was my idea.
Okay.
I sent it to you. You didn't respond. I was like, wait. This is a joke. Yeah, because
Seattle's dying?
I'm looking at all the beauty everywhere.
Yeah.
But then there was this one pile of trash that was clearly from Seafair was last weekend.
Yeah.
Right? So there was this big pile of trash. So I've hyper-focused, even though there was beauty all around me. I hyper-focused on the pile of trash, and I said, Seattle's dying.
I apologize. I thought you was Jonathan Cho texting in. My bad.
No.
Yeah.
But we live in a beautiful area.
We do.
And, the fact that everyone's going with if they're not saying the Gorge, they're saying Red Rock.
Colorado?
Yeah.
I'm missing out.
And my son has said the same thing.
Really?
He said it's pretty incredible. Yeah.
I got one for you. Let me see if you're going to admit something. I'll admit something to you guys. When they were tearing down the viaduct 99,
yes,
I was mad.
You were skeptical that it was going to be anything, right?
Because I was like, that is such an inconvenience. That was great. I love, especially when you just go through. It made things easier.
Yes.
I don't do this.
Yes.
Let me raise my hand. I was so wrong. That waterfront, oh, man. It's incredible.
I know. You almost forget about what it was like to have the viaduct, right?
Yeah. A lot of folks don't know.
Because it is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I think a lot of people who are naysayers, aren't you glad that there are people who are visionaries? There are times when I actually wonder, because Paul Allen was one of those visionaries. And do you remember, those of us who've been here a long time, he had talked about the Commons Park, and he was going to turn over a lot of that property that's now built up in South Lake Union to become this big, giant park. And sometimes I wonder, when I go drive around there, like, what would that have been like?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what people are going to insert. They're going to insert something in here that
Right now, everybody, look, they're messing up my concentration. Eric in the 206 texts in and says, I'm a 53-year-old man. I choked up, tears. like the widest view that I've ever seen. He's saying Red Rock by 1 million. Like the fact that, by the way, we don't agree with anything. And you guys are all texting in going crazy.
Red
over
Rocks,
Red
Colorado.
Rock.
Yeah, everyone is saying the same thing. So
Marion Bellevue says, why aren't you guys talking more about Obliteride? You barely mentioned it.
now you've mentioned it twice, and it's only 10:20. Okay. We're gonna squeeze one more thing in.
Okay.
One more thing.
All right.
Seahawks.
Oh!
I mean, you talked about what's one thing that people are looking forward to in August? Keep texting us, by the way, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. There is a game.
That's right. This Saturday is going down like faux flat tires. August 15th, Saturday, Lumen Field. Preseason game against the Cowboys. By the way, if you have a friend or a loved one that's a Cowboys fan, make sure you remind them of a few things. Make sure you remind them, hey, welcome to a place that wins championships. Hey, welcome to seeing a team that has won a Super Bowl this century. Hey, welcome to a team that has won a Super Bowl within the last 30 years. Remind your Cowboy friends of that. Okay, let me quit being petty for a second. Ursula, this is the first preseason game, and here's why it should be your favorite part of the year and of the season. Because this is an opportunity for all of us to get to see what veterans are trying to prove that they still belong here on this team. Not to say that we'll see them, but there might be some that'll come out there. They might not be the star veterans, but there's some veterans that are out there. Also, you get the first chance to look at who's going to be the new name? Who's going to be the jersey that you're going to be getting next? You get an opportunity to see the rookies that think and believe that they belong. The best thing about this, Ursula, is the coolest thing is this, is there will be young men out there on the field that might make a play, one simple play, that might change the trajectory of their family forever.
That's so true.
You see what I'm saying? Like it might come in the third quarter. It might be random. It could be an interception. It could be a screen to a running back off to the side, and he takes it in for a touchdown. And it's just, this is the time of year that you get to get introduced to that new player.
Well, I'm just curious, though, because when you have that kind of pressure and you have to prove it in that game, is it really that game, or is it everything leading up to and then that game?
It's everything. It's in practice. It's outside of practice. It's when you're around fans. It's when you're the new person and you're getting acclimated to the team and to the city. Everything you do is under a microscope. Everything. Not just to play on the field. It's your play off the field. Can you be trusted? Are you doing the right things? That kind of deal.
Okay, coming up at 11 o'clock, we've got to talk about, there was one particular player who made headlines. Who is being entertained as a potential newcomer for the team. So I want to talk about that at 11 o'clock. But for right now, because we only have like not even a minute, G, can you tell me, do preseason games count or do they not count? Because I hear it go both ways. People say, well, it's just preseason. But yet you feel bad if they lose.
Yeah, the scoreboard doesn't count. The game and how it's played and the execution of the new guys that you see out there, that counts. The scoreboard does not count. So,
okay, could you expand just a little bit? Like, if you're so there's 4 preseason games?
Just 3.
3. If you're 0-3 going in, does that preview what the season's going to be like?
Because everybody is vanilla. They're putting their base out there. There's no tricks or anything. There's none of the stuff that they're going to be using during the season. Ursula, they're just putting out just the basic stuff, right? They're not putting any pizzazz on it. It's like listening to G, just keep it regular. Don't say anything. It's like keep it at a buck. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of deal. You know, just kind of keep it regular. Keep it basic. Keep it in vanilla.
I gotcha. Yeah. Hey, coming up, I do want to mention, too, before someone says, hey, you didn't talk about a Obliteride. You've talked about it a couple
and
times.
we didn't bring up the peninsula. They said, shame on us, the Dunes Peninsula.
Ooh. Okay, 11:47, I do want to bring up Rick Riz.
Okay.
Voice of the Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
It's his last season as Voice of the Mariners, and he got something really special over the weekend. So we're going to have him join us at 11:47.
Okay. Hey, coming up next, pervert glasses. Do you have a pair and do you wear them? Next, Gee and Ursula.
A wildfire disaster unfolding just east of us.
The Spokane fires
destroyed hundreds of homes and forced tens of thousands to evacuate.
Unprecedented stories of loss, devastation, and heartbreak.
It was a beautiful home. It really was.
And there was a lot of terror because it's loud, it's hot.
Join KIRO Newsradio in doing whatever you can for our neighbors in Spokane. See how you can help at mynorthwest.com.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
The Black Crows, live in the Tulalip Amphitheater, Sunday, August 30th. Tickets are on sale now. Details at TulalipCasino.com.
KIRO News Radio.
Get on the YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO News Radio, then subscribe. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A very big deal underwater off Italy's coast. Here's ABC's Sherry Preston.
It's being called one of the most important underwater archaeological discoveries in many years. Divers off the coast of Sicily finding a shipwreck believed to be more than 2,000 years old. According to the Italian Culture Ministry, the ship likely dates from the 1st or 2nd century BC. It's 140 feet below the surface and contains hundreds of ancient ceramic jars that were used to carry olive oil and wine. The oil and wine is gone. The jars are quite valuable. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
The Expo Center in Enumclaw has become ground zero for crews attacking the Grand Park 2 fire near Mount Rainier. Right now, it's about 300 acres and 0% contained.
I'm Jillian Raftery. Tents have been popping up in the parking lot of the fairgrounds in Enumclaw, along with fire engines, trailers, and other infrastructure. More will arrive as the firefighting effort continues, and that means more traffic. Meanwhile, airplanes have been dropping water on the fire, which is 3 miles north of Sunrise Visitor Center. Right now, we're told there's no risk to Greenwater, but the Sunrise area is closed, and so is the White River Campground, as well as the White River Road from Highway 410 to the White River Campground, and the Sunrise Road from the White River Campground to Sunrise.
As Spokane wildfire survivors begin cleaning up the devastation, many are mourning the irreplaceable family treasures lost in the flames. KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu reports.
Sarah Bird saw the fire coming through Riverside State Park after jumping the Spokane River. Stuck for hours in the evacuation traffic jams, she knew her home was gone.
You could see that the entire neighborhood was on fire. And at one point, as we were sitting in traffic, we thought, do we run to the river if the fire gets to the car?
And now, seeing the aftermath is overwhelming.
That'll take a long time to rebuild. This is Riverside State Park, and it'll never be the same.
The walking trails she and her family enjoyed are gone.
The University of Washington has received the largest charitable grant in its history. The Gates Foundation is providing more than $500 million, $540 million to be exact, over the next decade to support the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation. The funding will help expand the global burden of disease study from about 900 locations worldwide to nearly 5,000, giving governments and health leaders more detailed data to guide policy and spending decisions. And now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic report. Federal Way to Seattle is still holding steady at around 45 minutes. Issaquah into Seattle is getting better. It's about 12 minutes. That's down 3 minutes. And downtown Seattle to SeaTac is going to take you at least 15 minutes right now. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. Now to your forecast. We've got clouds today, but sunshine is on the way. Highs will be pretty warm in the upper 70s. Right now, it's about 61 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Coming up at 10:47, Gee is going to take the wheel, and What happened when A-Rod came back to town?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Is A-Rod loved again?
Mm-hmm.
It seems maybe something has changed, or do we have forgiving hearts?
Yeah.
And then the other question I have is, because I know that the Mariners announced the 50 greatest players.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your 5 greatest Mariners players of all time? Could you rattle off that list real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so do you want to talk about that at 10:47 as well?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, so we'll talk about that. But right now, let's talk
And
about...
By the way, you guys text in your 5.
Yes.
So then I'm gonna give you my 5.
Yes.
You text in your 5.
Yes.
Now I'm assuming the easiest one.
Yeah.
is,
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean,
okay. We all know Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay. Text in your 4.
Okay. Yeah. Does anyone not have him on there?
Right.
On the list. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Meta, the folks who bring you Facebook and Instagram, et cetera, because that company really wants smart glasses to become the next smartphone. And unfortunately, a lot of folks have given them a much less flattering nickname. They're being called pervert glasses. So the Seattle Times is reporting that this backlash is growing over privacy concerns because the glasses look pretty normal, but as I found out, actually, when Gee wore them one day, they can quietly take photos and videos of people nearby. And they can also answer questions. They can also make calls, play music, and use Meta's AI assistant. Meta already controls nearly 70% of the smart glasses market. I did not know that, but reports of people being filmed without knowing it have prompted some folks and some places to ban them and for Meta to add more privacy safeguards.
Yeah. So, look, your dog, I got a pair, and I don't wear them anymore. It's been like, I don't know, 9 months. I don't even know if I've worn them in the new year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Not because I've done anything with them, but because of the reputation. Like I've heard that people have used these glasses to record, specifically women, right? Sharing it on social media. And so what would happen, Ursula, is I would be standing there with the glasses off.
Uh-huh.
Right? And I remember one time Cliff Avery was like, "Gee, you recording me?" And I wasn't, and they were off.
But he recognized them as being those
the
glasses. Yes.
And then I just started to think, man, like I know that there's been a time when I first got them, I recorded you and was having fun with it. And I was pretty responsible with it, right? So I wasn't going to do anything with it. But even being responsible, I'll tell you what I realized. No matter how responsible I was, I think it's fair to say nobody likes to be recorded without them knowing, period.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so I spent $300-something for them.
I was going to say, how much are those things?
Yeah, I don't wear them anymore. I just don't.
Are you going to sell them? Yeah.
You want to buy them?
Not really. Okay, so on Friday night, I was sharing with you during our morning meeting that we were getting pictures at the end of the party, so we were having our pictures taken, and one of the women who works at this restaurant, her boss was saying, okay, she's going to take our picture, because he wanted to be part of the picture too.
Yeah.
So we were all posing, and we're like, well, where's her camera? Well, she was just looking at us, and all of a sudden the little red light goes on, and she takes a couple of pictures with her glasses. And it was just weird.
I know.
It was just odd. And it's like, okay, well, can I see them now? Like, and how does that work? When do you see the picture?
Well, you can. It goes right to your phone. It connects to your phone.
Gotcha.
And the thing is that another reason why. I mean, look, in our profession, we always talk about the hot mic, and for you all listening, we always assume the mic is on because we might say something that can literally get you fired, right? Well, somebody can be recording something, and you say something because you think it's just you two that are there, and you say something that can ruin your life.
It feels like a violation.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe one day they'll come back in style. You know, maybe it's like Cabbage Patch Kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember, like, hey,
you have fond memories of them, even though at the time you're like, these are homely.
Yeah. So I'm done with it.
Okay, let's talk about another Seattle Starbucks that disappeared.
Okay.
The downtown store at 3rd Avenue closed on Friday. It's part of a much larger wave of cuts by the company over the past year, in case you haven't been tracking them. Starbucks has announced about 900 layoffs and at least 28 store closures in Washington. And while the company says Seattle is going to continue to be its global headquarters, it's also, as we've been reporting, planning to move or hire about 2,000 workers at a new Nashville office over the next 5 years. And Starbucks says, you know what, we're just closing stores where we no longer fit where people live, work, or gather, or where it simply cannot see that there is a way to make a profit.
Look, I know that when people hear that Starbucks is dying, and it's always another angle, like, oh, there's the business climate, it's terrible here. Okay, that's fair. But to this morning, Ursula, I want to talk about another angle, something that you and I have talked about often. Since COVID, post-2019, post-2020, right, the business climate downtown is not what it used to be. Like right now, if you're listening, do you work from home? Do you know anybody that works from home? Nobody. I mean, right now, to find someone going into office 5 days a week, right? Like, weren't we having...
It's not happening if you're working for the county or the city. And a lot of them were working downtown. And there are a lot of businesses and a lot of buildings that are still 25 to 50% occupied, if they're lucky. When I say 50%, I know one in particular. But you were saying, yeah, do you know of people? Yeah. I mean, and more people are coming back. What Seattle is seeing downtown is the tourist population is back to pre-pandemic levels, essentially.
Yeah. The tourism is back.
Yes.
But y'all know they're getting ready to go, right? And you got companies like DocuSign, and they're saying, like, we're not going to be in this building. And so we have to really assess how these businesses are having to adapt with people not coming back to the office. By the way, speaking of the work from home, there was this work from home deal that was on this past weekend talking about, like, hey, with the layoffs going on, going forward, if you're young, try your best not to be in a situation to work from home. But I don't want to.
Yeah, at least work part-time
I don't want to
in the building. Okay, coming up at 10:47.
Yeah.
Someone 253 just texted in. What happened to scenarios?
I mean,
we'll explain that coming up.
We do scenarios. It's the Gee Ursula Show. We do it all the time.
Everything's a scenario.
Hey, coming up next.
We'll explain.
So wait, real quick. We got to make sure you know. Text in your top 5 Mariners of all time. Obviously, they had the top 50. They had the 50th anniversary. I'm going to talk to you about what happened with A-Rod. We do all of that next. Gee Ursula.
Workdays work better with food. And not just any food, the good stuff. That's why there's Easy Cater, the workplace food platform where you can order from a huge variety of great restaurants for any group size, anytime, anywhere, all in one place. Whether it's gourmet deli trays for the client meeting, spicy noodles for the night shift, tacos for the weekend crew, or a big box of brownies to tell your team, thank you. Just use Easy Cater, one platform to feed them all and feed them well. Start an order at easycater.com.
When I hit my 50s, I felt like things were slowing down.
This is Sandra's Metamucil story.
I started taking Metamucil for digestion, but had no idea it would impact so much more. Not only did Metamucil help me feel more regular, but my heart health saw the benefits too.
Metamucil, one simple routine, 4 health benefits. Digestive health starts here. Go to metamucil.com for more details.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Beat the rain and beat the mad rush. Valentine Roofing is now offering priority scheduling for your roof replacement. When you call Valentine Roofing today, they can get your job started within 3 weeks of signing the agreement. And they make the process so simple. You're going to receive an estimate with transparent pricing and options that fit your needs in about an hour. So call 206 Roofing to schedule your free estimate. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
For 250 years, Americans have believed in one powerful idea, that we are meant to live free. Free to work hard, free to move, free to enjoy life without being held back. But if the natural effects of aging are slowing you down, it might be time to declare your independence from aging. John Curley here. Longevity Medical Clinic has been treating the undesirable effects of aging for nearly 30 years. They have more clinical experience with actual patient care than any longevity practice in the country. I've been a patient for 17 years. Wow, time flies when you got a lot of energy. I don't know where I'd be today without longevity. Longevity Medical Clinic was started so people can get back to living life on their own terms, walking, working, exercising, and enjoying the moments that matter most. This year, as we celebrate 250 years of American independence, take a stand for your own freedom. Get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out more at lmclinic.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Is your car's AC blowing warm air? Don't sweat it. Right now, save $50 on any AC service at Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Honest pricing, guaranteed work, 16 family-owned locations, and no appointment needed. Stay cool this summer. Bucky's.com.
Hello, sweltering Seattle. John Curley here. Is your home staying cool? Are you losing sleep because it's just too hot? At Home Comfort Alliance, the goal is not to sell you a new system. It's to fix the one that you have. Repair first, replace only if it truly makes sense, saving you time and money. If your system's done, a heat pump gives you both cooling and heating for year-round comfort. Get real pricing in 60 seconds at HomeComfortAlliance.com. Call the comfort people. Home Comfort Alliance.
Yeah, we lost literally everything.
Join KIRO News Radio in doing whatever you can for our neighbors in Spokane.
And there was a lot of terror. It's loud, it's hot.
See how you can help at mynorthwest.com.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Ooh, we got the text messages rolling. As you all know, the 50th anniversary was celebrated this past weekend. The top 50 players, Seahawks, of the Mariners all time, they all came back. They were celebrated. We're going to get into that because I did ask a question. I asked you, who are your top 5 Mariners of all time? I have a sweeping statement that if you don't have these 3 in your top 5, I'll never talk to you again. I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But the first thing I want to talk about is A-Rod. Alex Rodriguez, of course, he came back to Seattle for the Mariners' 50th anniversary celebration. And guess what? Fans stood up, gave him a standing ovation.
Get out.
Yes, they did. For years, there were Mariners fans that could not stand A-Rod. A lot of people, like, I can't believe he left. He signed that contract. He went to the Texas Rangers. A-Rod did what 99% of people would do. Leave a job for a whole bunch more money. But whatever the opinion is, with that being said, Seattle, class act, gave him a standing ovation. Now, that's been talked about. I don't want to talk about the fact that the Mariners got swept this weekend. We're not doing that. Hopefully they get back on track because this road trip is going to be tough.
You know what else we're not going to do?
What we got?
Because I was telling my husband, who's been
him?
really frustrated with the season, I said, well, first of all, we were excited because I wanted to see if we could get one of my very, very favorite people, Rick Riz, and we will be getting him at 11:47.
Yep.
But when we were talking about the 50-year celebration, my husband had a term for it was celebrating 50 years of blank. And the word started with an M, and I'm not going to repeat it. And anyway, the Mariners have brought us a lot of joy. So, they're having a rough season. They are having a rough season.
Okay.
But let's talk about, we're going to continue to choose joy.
So, before you tell me your list, Ursula, and by the way, keep them coming. Text in 888-973-5476. Your top 5 Mariners of all time for you. And here's my sweeping statement. My sweeping statement is this. If you don't have Griffey, Ichiro, and Randy Johnson in your top 3, I don't want to hear about your list.
Okay, I do have those.
Okay, then you good to go.
I do have those, but I had some maybes.
Okay, Ursula always want to give the honorable mentions in the participation trophy.
I put Felix. I put King Felix. So that was my 4th.
Wait a minute. So me and you got 4.
Yeah, we have 4.
Okay,
we have 4.
Let me see if you got 5.
Then I had the maybes.
Okay,
and it was just based on either potential or what they did last year, because. We were speaking.
Are you considering putting Cal Raleigh in the top 50?
I know. We were speaking so glowingly of him last year. Do you remember how we were saying things like, there is no catcher who will ever, in our lifetimes, ever achieve what Cal Raleigh has achieved? Do you remember that?
I mean, the dude is double platinum. I mean, he's a platinum catcher.
Yeah, so you're sounding incredulous when I said I was considering Cal Raleigh. I said I was considering.
Okay.
And then I got in trouble with a question that I asked about Julio one time, but is Julio ever going to make it?
Okay, at least Ursula said these babies. Everybody's hanging on. We all want to know your 5th one. Right now, Ursula's locked up. Oh, you only got 4?
Yeah, because I said I left open. Can Julio or Cal Raleigh squeeze in here?
Okay, Ursula?
Joey Cora?
Okay, wait. Okay, so here's my 5th one, and I can't believe you didn't consider. So my 5 are Griffey, Ichiro, Randy Johnson, Felix Hernandez.
So we're 4 for 4.
4 for 4. And Edgar.
Oh, Edgar! Wait, look. Wait.
Edgar!
I see it says Edgar.
He does see that I did put Edgar. That was my number 5.
Edgar, yeah.
He's just kind of a silent one.
Those are my 5.
Okay.
But Ursula,
look, there's no one current.
No.
Okay, what are other folks saying?
Well, there's a lot of people that, Ken Griffey Jr. is you know what? A lot of you all was actually shocked. I didn't know that a lot of you guys would show love to Randy Johnson, because I think Randy Johnson was amazing, and of course, on Ichiro.
And 206 also threw in Cal Raleigh, so I wasn't so and now people are so mad that Edgar did not get an automatic. Yeah. But isn't that the story of Edgar's whole career? Like, never gets the respect that he deserves.
Yeah. Paulin DuPont says, no scenarios. No more scenarios, no more Paulin DuPont. I'm switching to sports radio.
Paulin DuPont, he's been there since the beginning. Bye, Paul.
Hey,
come back.
You mean to tell me you hang around for the Gee Ursula Show for just scenarios?
No.
All right, Mike, your top 5 list, you good?
I'm with you guys. Sandy and Olympia mentioned Alvin Davis. I would throw that in as an honorable mention.
Nick, you putting Alvin Davis top 5?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Shout out to Alvin Davis. At the very beginning,
Well, wait a minute. Okay, if we're throwing in some other ones, what about Jay Buhner?
He ain't top. Okay, look, respectfully.
10, maybe 5, no.
Okay, Connie in Seattle has the best. Dave Niehaus. Dave Niehaus. Okay, we're not talking about player, but we're talking about part of.
Duh.
Yeah, exactly.
He and Rick Riz. By the way, Rick Riz is going to be joining us at 11:47. Look, Jay Buhner, respectfully, great player, great for the Mariners. Top 5? No. No. And by the way, King Felix, whenever I think, the reason why I have him in the top 5, and it's not even like what he did for this franchise and what he pitched and how he pitched and the fact that he never made the playoffs is crazy to me. I mean, like you already knew every opening day the King was going to be on the mound and he was getting busy. So
that's so true.
My heart goes out to King Felix.
Now, Jack from Bellingham did add A-Rod to the list. You're not ready to go there?
No.
People gave him a standing O.
I mean, I love A-Rod. I just don't think he's a top 5 Mariner.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he if you're thinking about A-Rod, would you put A-Rod? You're not putting him over Ken Griffey Jr. You're not putting him over Ichiro. You're not going to put him over Edgar for what Edgar did for this baseball team. You're not going to put him over Felix. And then Randy?
Yeah. No, I think it's pretty universal.
All right.
Okay.
You need to call up Edgar right now, though.
Yeah, we do need to apologize. He should just be automatic top 5. Okay, Imani just reminded us that one of our very, very favorite KIRO radio listeners, Nikki's birthday is today.
Nikki!
Happy birthday, Nikki!
Why didn't she say something?
She's not going to say about her own birthday.
Everybody else does. Happy birthday, Nikki. What? And he calls her happy birthday, Ushi.
No, that's me, Ushi. He was talking about us Leos. Ushi is a German nickname for Ursula.
Oh,
I know.
I didn't know.
He's very astute.
All right. Hey, coming up next, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Ursula, what's one topic that you're looking forward to talking about in the 11 o'clock hour? Yes, Rick Riz is going to be interviewed. He's coming on the show.
Well, there is a controversial player that the Seahawks are entertaining.
Oh,
it could be a somewhat uncomfortable conversation, but we'll talk about that.
Gee and Ursula.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
My name is Anne. I live in the Bay Area, and I'm 68 years old. I helped my mom navigate Medicare. That was a nightmare I hope never, ever to have to go through again. It was awful for her, it was awful for me, and I just knew I never wanted to go through that. I knew that there were choices and that there were balances to be made and that it could be totally impenetrable. The chapter basically does the work for you. When you're turning 65, when you're looking at going on Medicare, they will look at all the options for you, give you advice as to what's best. One plan might be better for this, one plan might be better for that. I didn't have to do that calculation. They do the research and you don't have to pay for it. We gave a person the information, a person got back to us. You don't have to make yourself crazy.
To learn more about how you can get free personalized Medicare advice, visit chapter.com today.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Hostilities between the U.S. and Iran intensifying over the Strait of Hormuz. Iran says it will not reopen the critical waterway unless the U.S. lifts its naval blockade and pays reparations. Here's ABC's Stephen Portnoy.
The sense generally we have here is that the administration believes that with economic pressure, Iran will somehow come around. The president put it this way in his interview with Axios yesterday. It will work out. It always works out. He said it's like a chess game. In an interview over the weekend, Vice President Vance pointed to sky-high inflation in Iran as an example of how that pressure is working. But what's so interesting is the change.
President Trump, in a new social media post, is now demanding Iran pay reparations. In Western Colombia, at least 50 people are dead following a 7.4 magnitude earthquake. Crews scrambling to reach people trapped following the collapse of buildings in the city of Cali. On Wall Street, stocks are down due to uncertainty in the Middle East. This is ABC News. Jury selection underway today in the murder trial of rapper Tupac Shakur. It comes after a break in the case 3 decades after the fatal shooting of the West Coast rapper. Prosecutors alleging the murder was a hit. Here's ABC's Alex Stone.
Las Vegas prosecutors say they can prove the murder was orchestrated by one-time South LA gang leader Dwayne Davis, street name Keefe D. Davis spoke exclusively to ABC News from inside jail.
I'm innocent. I ain't killed nobody.
But for years, Davis has boasted about his alleged involvement in Shakur's murder. He even published a book admitting to his role in it, a book he now says he didn't write. Davis now pleading not guilty to 1 count of murder.
More than 100 large wildfires are taxing fire crews across the U.S., the majority burning in western states. Crews estimate there are more than 3 million acres burned. Nearly 50 fires are burning in Oregon and Washington state alone. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Fire evacuation notices have been lifted in Spokane, but first, KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. The latest drive time showing Alderwood to South Center about 26 minutes if you're driving on I-5 and about 28 minutes if you're taking 405. Southbound I-5 remains the key route to watch throughout Seattle, while 405 is the alternate if you're heading south through the east side. This traffic report is brought to you by Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Fire evacuation orders have been lifted in Spokane, but the thousands of families returning home are facing new dangers.
Danger is everywhere in Spokane.
You still have to think about smoke, ash,
damage utilities and other hazards before settling back in.
That's County Health Officer Dr. Frank Velasquez. The Red Cross is handing out kits with full-body suits, booties, masks, and gloves.
If you see a Red Cross vehicle or a Red Cross banner, stop in and get a kit. We will give them to anybody. We just want you to be safe.
And they could use volunteers and donations. Head to redcross.org for that. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
While hundreds of firefighters battle the Spokane complex fires, one of them is also coping with a devastating loss of her own. Stevens County volunteer firefighter AJ DeLeo lost the home where she and her family lived for 6 years. She says this to KIRO 7 TV.
The winds were right, we're uphill. It was gone. And so my priority was getting my family to safety, and luckily I have family that was able to take us in. Once that was taken care of, how do I help?
DeLeo says she's grateful for the support of family and friends and remains committed to helping her community recover. Seattle police are investigating a deadly shooting in West Seattle's High Point neighborhood. Officers were called just after midnight after reports that a gunshot victim was being driven to the 2700 block of First Avenue South. Police found a 28-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the chest. He was rushed to Harborview in critical condition but later died. Investigators say the shooting happened near Southwest Graham Street. So far, no arrests have been announced. A longtime Seattle landmark is now closed. Magic Mouse Toys in Pioneer Square has shut its doors after nearly 50 years in business. The store opened back in 1997. 1977, and became known for its 2 floors of toys, games, puzzles, and collectibles. Seattle Fun Events posted a photo of a notice on the door saying the store is permanently closed, but the owners have not explained why. Now to your forecast. We've got some low clouds that are giving way to sunshine later today. Highs will be in the mid-70s. That'll continue through the week with pretty temperate temperatures. And right now, it's about 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
When I think about dedication to the Gee and Ursula Show, I think about Peggy in Olympia. Peggy texts in, she says, hey, sorry, I'm chiming in late because I was listening to you guys in the shower. But she wanted to just say that her number one 1995 entire team plus, she's talking about the whole top 5. But
yeah,
her dedication of listening while in the shower.
No, I love that. I love that. Or if you tell me that you listen while you're on vacation and you're listening to us from Hawaii, for example, you have a special place in my heart.
Now, I got to say, that's, if you listen to us on vacation, that's...
Yes, there are people who listen to us
on vacation?
Yes.
Really?
Okay, well, you can text us if you're one of them. Yes, and they will be texting from their vacation spot. And again, I appreciate that.
Hey, that's some love right there.
That's seriously some love. Because I don't even listen to us on vacation.
I was going to say that. But maybe it's not a good thing to say.
Yeah, maybe it isn't.
Right.
Maybe it isn't. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Also, can I just say a big, quick thank you to everyone who was so kind. Chef posted something over the weekend to, you all know that I love words of affirmation. I just love words. I love the way people can express themselves through words.
Right.
And you all came through and were so kind and so loving, and that is truly the greatest gift for me. And so I just want to say thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, with that, let's get to it.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
This was a story that caught my attention. I saw it in the Seattle Times, and they're saying that the Seahawks are taking a look at a talented young cornerback who also happens to be facing 8 felony charges in Florida. So the team hosted 23-year-old free agent Terrion Arnold for a visit on Sunday. He was a first-round draft pick by Detroit just a couple of years ago, but the Lions waived him in June after he was arrested in connection with an alleged kidnapping plot. Prosecutors say he helped arrange for 3 people to be detained and pistol whipped because he believed they had stolen more than $250,000 in cash and luxury goods from him. And then investigators later determined those 3 people apparently had nothing to do with this theft. Arnold has pleaded not guilty. He's scheduled to be arraigned on Thursday. 2 other defendants have pleaded guilty, and they are cooperating with prosecutors. So I guess, the question is, could he help Seattle on the field? Yes, but this is 8 felony charges, including an allegation of kidnapping and violence. So what do you do with that?
Yeah. Well, first, let's talk on this lane. In America, the way we do due process here, you're innocent until proven guilty. Okay.
Yes, I'm following you. This is true. This is true.
You're innocent until proven guilty. Now, I know sometimes, Ursula, when I talk about these topics, I like to talk to the younger generation. And I want to talk to them about how not everybody can do the same things and get away with it. And what I mean by that is even though Terrion is, by the way, Terrion played his football at Alabama. I do know and have heard that he was, like, when it came to pre-draft process and everything, the Seahawks were very high on Terrion, very good personality. This was actually a shock that something like this happened. And basically what he did was he did something. So for all of those people that don't like O.J. Simpson, right? You don't like O.J. Simpson because obviously he was acquitted for something that's a lot of people believe that he did. And the reason why he went to prison is because he was guilty of stealing back his own things. And
they found a different charge to hit him up with.
And he went to prison for 12 years for that, right? And so this is one of those things. There was other people that was a part of it. So my point, and I'm not trying to beat around the bush, is this for the young generation. Not everybody can do the same thing. Sometimes there are some people that are really good at what they do, and some people will just they'll just kind of figure out a way for them to get and do whatever they are good at doing. And then some people aren't good, right? Some people aren't as good, and so the same type of energy isn't placed on them. All I'm saying is be careful and make sure you do the right thing at all times, because not everybody will get the same type of grace.
And so true. What you just said is so true. And I guess, and I'm going to just be careful in how I say it, because as you said, he's pleading not guilty, not convicted. And I also have to ask, is he that good that you would risk hurting a reputation by bringing on someone who is dealing with 8 felony charges? Yeah. That's tough.
It is. Now, another thing I want to give you guys an angle on is the Seahawks, if they did bring him onto the team, they would still, I believe, would be protected by the commissioner's rule, meaning no matter what, he still would not be able to play. The commissioner in the NFL would make, no matter what team he signs to, he's going to serve a big suspension. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 games. He will serve a lengthy suspension, 10 plus, 12 plus games type deal. So whoever picks him up. But again, this is just one of those things, Ursula. So again,
don't you let it just marinate though? Let it play out in court and then bring him on? I guess that would be the other question that I ask. Is it worth a team that has almost like a squeaky clean reputation? We were just talking about this on School Hard Knocks.
I knew you were going to say
right?
that.
It's I know. This team has 0 scandals.
I know.
And do you want to bring a disruption? And I'm not going to put you in a spot because,
No, but it's not putting me on the spot. And here's why. Because I think we have to just really look, I always like to take football and compare it also to corporate America. It's the same thing. In corporate America, some people are able to get away with things.
Oh, sure.
And maybe you're at your job and you're like, well, whoa, wait a minute. How in the world how does that person get all this dang on vacation and I barely do? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes happens. Or you're like, how is that person able to get away with that?
Yes.
And I have to. So
the whole life is not fair?
It's just not fair.
It's not fair. Well, again,
run for president.
Again, yes, it's Do you want that? Do you want to set an example as, hey, you know what? We're going to let this play out in court and see how that goes. And yes, we'll keep him on our radar. Or do you bring him baggage and all? I guess that's the question for the team right now.
Before we move on, I'm going to say this one last thing. And this part right here, because I know you guys are like, oh, gee, of course you're going to say this. And no, I'm going to say this. What is the number one way the Seattle Seahawks are judged? No, I'm asking you all.
Performance on the field. I know you.
You know me.
Yes.
At the end of the day, wins and losses are what and how we judge the team. Example, Mike McDonald, who's not really charismatic. Mike McDonald, who's not really like what we're used to and everything, as far as he even will say that he's kind of socially awkward. You want to know why Mike McDonald is loved?
Yeah, because he took him to the Super Bowl.
Because he wins.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you are. If you win, that's how a professional NFL team is judged.
Okay. Speaking of winning and losing, we are going to have some big decisions for some folks when it comes to who's going to run for president.
Okay.
And did you see this story about AOC? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is making a very personal decision as she weighs a much bigger political one. And she's 36 years old. She's from New York, and she's a congresswoman, of course. And she says she's freezing her eggs right now because she wants more control over when or whether she starts a family. And politically, AOC is keeping 2028 wide open. She told ABC's this week that she hasn't ruled out running for president or even for challenging fellow New York Democrat Chuck Schumer for his Senate seat. But she says going public about egg freezing carries some political risk, but she wants to talk openly about something professional women deal with all the time, balancing career ambitions against a biological clock. Right. And so I actually think that's an interesting topic. And I was like, when was the last time we had to hear from anyone who was thinking about political ambitions and talking about, well, I may have to freeze my eggs?
Yeah.
But she's not saying yes, but she's also making it very clear the answer is not no.
I just want to tell you guys sometimes what I battle with. I battle with sometimes, Ursula, when you bring up these topics.
I know.
I battle with being safe. And the safe thing for me to do on this show is to be like, oh, wow, we never heard of this before. These are some of the things that women, right, have to go through. And, oh, my goodness, you know, as far as AOC, it'd be good to see her. She has a lot of momentum. People love AOC, and I can go that route. But instead, Ursula, this is a family. It's a trust tree. So I'm going to say something, and I don't want you guys to tell anybody that I said this. At my house, when I want to be sure, like I don't know how you guys do things at your house, but at my house, if I want to make sure that things are good at my house, I know the number one thing to do to make sure things are good. You want to know what that is?
What's that?
Feed my wife. If she gets good food, that she's going to be
happy.
She's happy.
Happy wife, happy life is what you're trying to tell me in your house.
So this next thing, what is G's look? What is my plan for the future of 2028?
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, I'm uncomfortable with saying this. It's got to be a white man that I'm voting for in 2028. Period. That's it. You heard what I said.
Okay, that's the saddest thing that you've said all day.
Is it sad? I'm just telling the truth. I told you it's a trust tree. You heard what I said. No matter what happens in 2028, it's going to be, I am not taking no chances. None. And I know that this country right now is not ready for this, that, black woman, black man. No. You heard what I said. I apologize for my honesty. I could have got out of this safe, but I said what I said. 2028 is going to be just that right there. Now, if you think that there's somebody that you believe that can win in 2028, you let me know. Y'all, you think AOC can win?
Well, right now, I don't think the Democratic Party knows who the leader is. Who is the leader of the Democratic Party at the moment? I mean, we often talk about I think she would be extremely popular with people 35 and under.
Do you think she could win the presidency?
Not at this juncture. But I think she's prepping herself, and I think she's doing it properly. I think the AOC of when did she first start? How long has she been in office. When she first started, I mean, she was part of the whole squad thing. I think that she has been much more mindful and much more directed, but yet also impactful. Mm-hmm. But I think she's kind of preparing for the possibility. I would have said no way, no how. 8 years ago.
Do you think,
how many years ago was it? Sorry, Mike, can you take a look real quick?
You think Kamala Harris can win?
No, she's damaged goods.
Do you think Wes Moore from Maryland can win?
Not enough of a name right now.
Mike?
2019.
Okay.
AOC, by the way.
So
I mean,
7 years. Yeah, so seven years. From seven in the last 7 years, she has made headway. Have you seen some of the rallies that she's held and the number of people who've showed up?
Mm-hmm.
But would she win over independents, some moderates, and any conservatives? Probably not.
Hey, Ursula, I know there might be somebody that's mad at me for saying that. I'm just telling y'all.
No, you're saying the quiet part out loud because I heard the whole conversation out in the newsroom, and there were other people who were agreeing with you.
I'm saying it just like that. I am saying, hey, I'm not Kamala Harris. I'm not voting for you. AOC, I ain't voting for you. I'm not. Nope. I want somebody. We can't take no more chances. We've done this already. Right now in 2028, G Scott. I'm not telling you. You ain't got to listen to me. I'm telling you what my plan is. It's gonna be a white man that I'm voting for in 2028.
See, and I think
to
that's
try
so
to win
sad
back.
without even knowing. It's without even know. I hear exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So people are coming up with other names. Would you vote for Mayor Pete? Are we ready for a gay man to be in the White House? I mean, because what you're saying is no women. I mean, Barack Obama did make it into the White House for 2 terms.
And the fact, and that's over. And in our lifetime, that's over. People felt like that. Yeah, you heard what I said.
Don't say that.
Yes, the day's over. In my lifetime, Ursula, you and I, we will never see that again. We will never see that again. And we are seeing today. I mean, let's be real.
I'm still hopeful that we will see a woman in the White House.
Not in our lifetime.
In my lifetime. And I'm
Ursula,
older than you.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
How long did the mainstream media talk about Barack Obama's birth certificate?
Or Kamala Harris's laugh. Or how she slept her way into the office.
So look, on this show, sometimes there's things I probably shouldn't say, and I should probably just go ahead and be safe. And some people are saying, or that's the dumbest thing I ever said. You could say whatever you want. I'm telling you the truth. In 2028, that is my plan.
Okay, well, I hear you loud and clear. Lori in Enumclaw says, I'm not voting for any old crusty white men again. I think the other thing that has to happen is can't be over the age of 70.
No, they can't. They have to be under the age, and I think that goes for every candidate going forward.
Okay, y'all text in because right now the text line is blowing up. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. So who is it going to be? Who is it going to be for the Democratic Party? Okay, we already know that people are either saying Marco Rubio or J.D. Vance for Republicans. So who's it going to be for the Democratic Party? Joan Brewster says, oh my God, Ursula, get real. You actually think AOC would make a good president? Did I ever say that at any point in time? I didn't say that. Yeah. I said, no, she's not ready right now. I said young people would vote her in.
So as of right now, and again, watch, I'm going to say this, and a lot of you guys are going to text message in, but right now, number one right now is Gavin Newsom for the Democrats right now.
John Ossoff is the other one.
28.
Who is making a lot of And Andy Beshears.
Yeah. And I just want to tell you that in my text thread with some of my partners that are men my own age, we're all saying the same thing. We're saying exactly this. And by the way, again, y'all know it's a trust tree. It's a family. I know there's going to be things that I say that you might not like, but at least I'm going to keep it with you real. And I'm telling y'all the truth. That's exactly how I feel. In 2000, we cannot take no more chances. Look, what is happening right now? Go ahead, Ursula.
Well, David Graham says, I don't care what color, what age, what ethnicity. Well, unfortunately, there are certain ages that for example, you know that I could never run for office because I wasn't born here. age-wise, there are people who are too young. So there are certain things that you do have to meet to qualify. But Dave says, I just want someone in the middle with common sense. Is that too much to ask? That's a very complex question.
Somebody, I think Molly and Black Diamond said G didn't answer the question about Mayor Pete. And I just want to say something. The reason why I was slow to answer that question, because my answer can be turned against me, right? And you know, people might say, well, G is anti this, any little thing that they want to say.
I think he would be fantastic.
So let me just say this. I love Pete Buttigieg. I think Pete Buttigieg is amazing. America don't want Pete Buttigieg to be the president of the United States. We still got a whole bunch of people that's going crazy about Pride Month. We still got people that are anti-celebration or showing love to and being welcoming towards the LGBTQ community. Do you really think America is going to vote for Mayor Pete Buttigieg? No, they're not. I said what I said. In 2028, I'm not taking no chances. I'm going with the just right down, simple layup. I don't want a three-point shot. I don't want a half-court shot. I want a layup.
But I want to know. Okay, so that sounds great, G. But who is that person? Like
right now is Gavin Newsom until further notice. That right now, until further notice, is Gavin Newsom.
Okay, keep texting. 888-973-5476. We'll have more of the Gee and Ursula Show. Actually, Spike O'Neill's going to join us because G's got to duck out real quick.
All right. Next, Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
A wildfire disaster unfolding just east of us.
The Spokane fires
destroyed hundreds of homes and forced tens of thousands to evacuate.
Unprecedented stories of loss, devastation, and heartbreak.
It was a beautiful home. It really was.
And there was a lot of terror because it's loud, it's hot.
Join KIRO Newsradio in doing whatever you can for our neighbors in Spokane. See how you can help at mynorthwest.com.
A riddle brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive protects them both. It was an easy riddle. Learn more at progressive.com.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rureka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. There's been a rash of reports of fake contractors ripping homeowners off for roof replacements and other jobs. That's why it is so important to know the company coming to your home. And that's why I put my name behind Valentine Roofing. Every customer can expect the Valentine experience. That's seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. So if you think your roof is on its last legs, if you want to beat the rain and beat the mad rush, Valentine Roofing is now offering priority scheduling for your roof replacement. That means when you call Valentine Roofing today, they can get your job started within 3 weeks of signing the agreement. And they make the process so simple. You can expect an estimate with transparent pricing and options that fit your needs in about an hour. Since 2008, thousands of Western Washington homeowners like me have chosen Valentine Roofing for their roofing needs, and you can trust them too. So call 206 Roofing to schedule your free estimate. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Mom, she was living on her own and scared. We didn't feel it was very safe for her. And we found Aegis. Love it. Everybody is so welcoming and she is just so safe here.
She has serious Alzheimer's disease. When she sees me, she smiles, she gives me a hug, and we dance together.
Aegis Living helps you understand your choices so the right decision feels easier. Visit aegisliving.com and see why so many families say, Aegis Living, this must be the place.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
August is Karastan month at Carpet Liquidators. Purchase beautiful Karastan carpet and get free installation. From carpet to flooring, we've got you covered at Carpet Liquidators.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. As water and government systems deal with hacks in multiple states, 2 new cyber incidents are being reported. ABC's Alex Stone says they both come from the West Coast.
In Suisun City in the San Francisco Bay Area, a state of emergency has been declared after malicious software infected computers that run 911 call routing, police and fire dispatch, city services, and records. The city saying to contain the threat and preserve evidence, it shut down its entire IT network. In Oregon, the state is now confirming a cyber incident in July that included unauthorized access to technology used by a drinking water provider, and the state is assessing any impact on public systems in Oregon. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Families may have escaped wildfires in Spokane with their lives, but they're coming back to danger even as evacuations are lifted.
A warning for people going back home.
So just because it may be standing doesn't mean that it's safe.
Spokane County Health Officer Dr. Frank Velasquez is talking about utility damage, homes that could be unstable from flames and heat, and toxic smoke and ash.
It's important to protect yourself from contact with skin, eyes, and from breathing it in. A lot of damage can happen to your lungs if you bring some of these toxic fumes.
The Red Cross is giving out free kits with full-body Tyvek suits, gloves, and masks. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Seattle police are investigating a deadly shooting in West Seattle's High Point neighborhood. Officers were called just after midnight following reports of a gunshot victim who was being driven to the 2700 block of First Avenue South. SPD Detective Shane Weatherford says police found a 28-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the chest.
Officers provided aid until Seattle Fire Department medics arrived. The victim was transported to Harborview Medical Center, but he died at the hospital.
Investigators believe the shooting happened near Southwest Graham Street and 31st Avenue Southwest. No arrests have been made. A 69-year-old man is accused of stealing copper wire that netted him $113 but cost a Kent business more than $90,000. Casey McNerthy in the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office tells Seattle's Morning News the guy cut cables from a generator at an Eagle Beverage warehouse on Christmas Day back in 2024.
Every day that they aren't able to operate, they estimate that it cost them about $12,000 in lost opportunities.
The man is charged with first-degree theft and first-degree malicious mischief and was arraigned today. The prosecutor's office is now pushing lawmakers to require metal recyclers to use the same online database as pawn shops. And now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Alderwood to South Center, about 26 minutes on I-5 and 28 if you're taking 405. Elsewhere, keep an eye on Everett to Seattle. That'll take you at least 36 minutes right now. Seattle to Bellevue across I-90 and SR 520. And Tacoma to Seattle on I-5 is going to take you at least 36 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. Now for your forecast, we've got some sunshine on the way, but we got some low morning clouds that are giving way to clear skies. Right now, it's about 63 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. It is time for us to agree to disagree, which is brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters. And we have a special guest in this segment.
No, we don't.
Spike O'Neill.
No, we don't.
No,
we don't.
Yeah, you're already off to a great...
disagree.
Exactly.
I get
you're
the
off to
method.
a great start. But we are going to get to it.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
I hope you don't mind.
So in our last segment,
I heard that last segment. I hope you don't mind that I barged in here.
We're pulling an audible here because in our last segment we talked about who could be the next presidential candidate for the Democrats, and Gee said, "What did he say, Mike?" Basically,
he's got to be a white man that I'm voting for in 2028. Period. That's it.
Okay, I wanted it to come from Gee. Because for me to reiterate what it was that Gee said, it just doesn't come across the same. So essentially he says he doesn't think he will ever see a woman or a gay man in the White House during his lifetime. Do you agree?
I wish I didn't, but I think I do. I really do. Well, here's the drill. We have had, look at the past candidates that we've had for president, past presidents that we've had, and look at President Barack Obama. Who was? I mean, you can disagree with his policies if you choose to, but with regard to character, with regard to execution of the office, respect for the position, respect for the responsibility that comes with the position, the guy was flawless. I mean, zero. You can nitpick, zero scandals. And then we had Hillary Clinton run for the president for the Democratic Party in 2016, arguably the most qualified female possible to run.
Unfortunately, there were scandals.
Well, there was scandal. I'll get to scandals. Don't flip the page over yet. She was a former first lady, and you can say that his neither here nor there, but that's experience in how the executive operates. She was a state senator. She was a secretary of state. Mm-hmm. And scandals. If I'm waiting for the perfect candidate, scandals, I have to take it off the table. He's never coming. Every candidate nowadays has some scandals. We live in such a investigative culture, and there's so many people can dig up so many things and. The problem is this: I don't think America's ready. If America had a show of hands, if America had to say, okay, who's the best president, and a show of hands, it's a woman. We vote for women. Yeah, sure. But maybe I'm skipping around too much on this. But when you pull the curtain behind you to vote, or you fill out your ballot at home like we do here in Washington, the prejudices and biases that we have inherently in our deepest core beliefs come to fruition. And look at who we have voted against, and who we voted for, a white guy, but maybe the most flawed white guy of all time. Talk about scandals. Talk about failure in the job in previous administration, and yet they still pick the white guy. There's got to be. I think there's a subliminal, deep-rooted.
Willing to say that. I am not, and the idea that in my lifetime I would never see.
Well, you got a lot of life left. So,
well, you and I are about the same.
Well, we got a lot of life.
So we have a lot of life left. To say that it's never going to happen in our lifetime, I'm hoping. I am hoping that for a lot of people, what's happened recently has been a wake-up call. And maybe for some folks, it has been, I think Gee has said that Trump was a response to Obama being in office.
I think that's fair to say.
And I'm looking at it like, can we get back to a space where we say it really needs to be someone who is highly qualified, someone who, and there are many women who are highly qualified. There are many gay people. Pete Buttigieg, I think, would be a fantastic.
I think Pete Buttigieg is a brilliant man,
Yes.
a brilliant politician.
Yes.
He's incredible. He only ran a small town. That's just one small town more than Trump ever ran as an executive. But, I mean, look at Kamala Harris. Let me ask you this. Do you think Donald Trump...
There were a number of things that went wrong with Kamala Harris. First of all, let's just call a spade a spade. Biden stayed in way too long.
Well, you can take everything else, every other rationale off the table. You're exactly right. Kamala Harris lost because Joe Biden stayed too long at the fair. He was supposed to be a one-term president, promised to be a one-term transitional president, recapturing the soul of America. Then he got in there and got some things done in that first 2 years of administration. Everybody convinced him he was doing a great job and could continue to do a great job. And maybe he was just a figurehead that the Democratic machine was getting their priorities accomplished under him, but they convinced him to stay too long at the fair. That truncated 8-week, 12-week campaign.
Yes.
And the fact that America didn't pick Kamala Harris, she was just kind of anointed by the Democratic Party, that hung around her neck more than any qualification or lack of qualification that she brought in. Plus, couple that with the fact that she was not a white guy. Do you think a white guy could have beaten Donald Trump? Do you think the fact that she was a black woman in that cheer?
Well, a white guy did beat Donald Trump, and that was Joe Biden.
Well, I meant in 2024. Had it not been Kamala Harris, had it been Andy Beshear of Kentucky, or Gavin Newsom, had they run a primary, and a white man had beaten Kamala Harris in the primaries, do you think Donald Trump would be elected president? I wish I didn't feel this way, but when you look inside people's souls, the things they don't want to admit in public.
Man, text
like
us.
I said, if this was a show of hands and you had to own the fact that you were not ready to vote for a woman or a black woman or a gay man, if you had to own it in public, you might not be so brave to do so. But when you're in your home,
I had people tell me to my face, people who I greatly respect, saying, yeah, I just don't think that Kamala Harris has what's needed with what's going on in the world today. And I'm thinking, well, what else?
What else? Yeah, what more do you want?
You need.
Are women too emotional? Because look what we're dealing with now. Please.
Okay, so for you,
yeah,
if you were to pick right now, who is the front runner for the Democratic Party? Who is the?
I like...
basically, who's the leader of the Democratic Party right now?
I like... the leader of the party? I don't think you have one right now. I really don't. The leaders of the party are eating pudding. They're too old to be the leaders of the party. The future of the party is too young to take the reins. I think there's got to be a middle ground.
So the story was AOC is freezing her eggs. She hasn't said... Yeah, and she hasn't said whether she's going to run or not.
She's not ready. She's too easy to paint with a brush of socialism or democratic socialism, which a kid uneducated electorate is communism. People should do some homework before they come throwing words around first and foremost. I hate to say this, but I hope the Democratic Party has the common sense to nominate a straight white guy.
Oh my God! I'm not willing.
I'm embarrassed to say it, but Pete Buttigieg is the most qualified guy in the field.
Okay,
easily.
I am just not willing to say.
You have more faith in humanity.
I do have more faith in humanity.
I'm cynical by nature.
Okay. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. We want to hear what you have to say about this. 888-973-5476. Coming up next, we are actually going to have a chance to talk to Rick Riz.
Oh.
So we'll have that conversation coming up next. Gee and Ursula.
My name is Jeff. I live in Northern California, and I am 65 years old, actually 65 and a half as of 2 days ago. I've been practicing medicine for 37 years. People have this impression that doctors know insurance, that they understand insurance. Let me assure you they do not. Medicare is complex. It's really complex, and the government did not make it easy to understand. Chapter really helps you understand it. They talked me through what my options were, and then they helped me tailor-make a plan. One of the things that really impressed me with Chapter was the human touch element of it. I was not talking to an AI agent. I was talking to a real person who answered my questions. And not only that, but they remembered the particulars from our last conversation. They really weren't just being a representative, that they actually cared about me as a person. And that sounds cliche, but it makes all the difference in the world.
To learn more about how you can get free personalized Medicare advice, visit chapter.com today. Again, that's chapter.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. If your air conditioner is barely hanging on, CM Heating has one of the best offers I've heard this summer. Right now, you can get any size high-efficiency AC system for just $179.99 a month with zero upfront costs. And here's the game changer. CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program includes lifetime repairs, annual maintenance, and even filters at no additional charge ever. Go to cmheating.com and schedule your free estimate online today.
License number CMHEAHL 751LW.
At Subaru of Puyallup, customers say it's the little things that make a big difference. A team that listens, straightforward pricing, seamless service scheduling, having the exact car, and a stress-free experience. And now through August 31st, take advantage of incredible financing on select new models during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. For all the little things, choose Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership, part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. There's been a rash of reports of fake contractors ripping homeowners off for roof replacements and other jobs. That's why it is so important to know the company coming to your home. And that's why I put my name behind Valentine Roofing. Every customer can expect the Valentine experience. That's seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. So if you think your roof is on its last legs, if you want to beat the rain and beat the mad rush, Valentine Roofing is now offering priority scheduling for your roof replacement. That means when you call Valentine Roofing today, they can get your job started within 3 weeks of signing the agreement. And they make the process so simple. You can expect an estimate with transparent pricing and options that fit your needs in about an hour. Since 2008, thousands of Western Washington homeowners like me have chosen Valentine Roofing for their roofing needs, and you can trust them too. So call 206 Roofing to schedule your free estimate. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Our founders believed that freedom wasn't just a word. It was a way of life. The freedom to move forward, the freedom to pursue what matters most, the freedom to live fully. But aging has a way of taking those freedoms away. That's why there's Longevity Medical Clinic. John Curley here. My best move was becoming a patient of Longevity Medical Clinic years ago, and second best move, getting my wife, Nicole, to join me this year. Stop guessing and start working with a doctor who knows your goals and get personalized care designed around you, not the average patient. Discover what's holding you back and what can help you thrive with longevity. Aging is natural, but some of the effects are undesirable, and you don't want to have to just accept it. So this year, as we celebrate 250 years of freedom, ask yourself a simple question. Are you living with the freedom you deserve? Get real answers about your health and get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out more at lmclinic.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Is your car's AC blowing warm air? Don't sweat it. Right now, save $50 on any AC service at Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Honest pricing, guaranteed work, 16 family-owned locations, and no appointment needed. Stay cool this summer. Bucky's.com.
This is it. These are the nights. The ones where you laugh until you can't anymore. And smile until your head hits the pillow. Where everything feels just right. Because it is. Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Must be 21 and over. Please gamble responsibly.
to the Gee and Ursula Show. Gee had to step out a little bit early, but look who's here with me, Spike O'Neill.
I'm so honored to be sitting with you.
Well, it's so much fun. And speaking of honor, for generations of Mariners fans, there are certain voices that just sound like baseball in Seattle. Dave Niehaus, of course, was one. Rick Rizzs is another. And this weekend during the Mariners' 50th anniversary celebration, Rick got a huge surprise. He is going into the Mariners Hall of Fame, joining his longtime broadcast partner, Dave Niehaus. And I'm happy to say that Rick joins us live. Good morning.
Good morning, Ursula. How are you? Hi, Spike.
Hey, Rick. Congratulations, my friend.
Yes.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I was so shocked. I was so surprised. I had no idea. You know, I'm part of the pregame show, emceeing along, and then things started to seem a little bit different than what we practiced. And I was sitting next to Dan Wilson up on the dais while John was talking, John Stanton. Alvin Davis was on before him. I introduced AD, and then I'm sitting there and I look up on the Mariner division. There's 41 seasons, and I see 6,000 games, and I go, and I turn to Danny and I go, Danny, what's going on?
Well, that looks familiar.
I said, Danny, what's going on? And he looked at me. He said, Rick, buckle up.
Oh.
And so he knew, and he put his hand on my knee. He said, buckle up. And then John made the announcement that I was going to be inducted in the Mariners Hall of Fame, and it just blew me away, and I lost it, and it was just one of the greatest moments of my life.
Now, I want everyone to know, because you're, of course, joining your good friend Dave Niehaus in that Hall of Fame, only the second person inducted who is not a player, a manager, or a coach. What do you think Dave would have said to you this weekend?
Oh, he would have given me a big old hug and said, way to go, Rick. Congratulations. He said, he would say, you did it. You did it the right way. I said, and I would have told him right back. I said, I learned from you. You know, you taught me how to do this. And I spent 8 years in the minor leagues, but I figured out how to become a big league broadcaster by caring about the fans, caring about the broadcast. You know, we had a lot of lean years, our first many years, until we finally had our first winning season in 1991, and the first time we went to the playoffs in 95. And he always said, Rick, it might be a bad game, but it doesn't have to be a bad broadcast.
Oh.
And what David did was he entertained everybody. I mean, all those lean years, we had Dave Niehaus, and I was sat right beside him. So I always remembered that. And he was always prepared. I always made sure that I was prepared, and we had a lot of fun. We were 10 games down one time in 1983, and he reaches into the back part of his scorebook, and he pulls out the Wabash Cannonball. He starts singing the Wabash Cannonball. He's from Princeton, Indiana, you know. And I go, what's this guy doing? But he said, every time we're up by 10 or down by 10, and I sing the Wabash Cannonball. Well, I heard it way too often that year because we were down by 10 in 1983. We lost 102 games that year. But he entertained the fans, and the fans loved him. And he would have wrapped his arms around him and said, way to go, Rick. Congratulations. Welcome to the club.
I know the timing was a surprise to you because it was a really orchestrated event. It was beautifully executed, by the way. But the results was a surprise to no one, and no one more deserving than you, Rick. And I think it was so appropriate that you be included in the announcement we made at that moment in that celebration of 50 years of this ball club in the city. Because like you just said, as Dave taught you, it's about the fans and the experience. And I think that's what makes you such a part of our lives as Mariner fans, is because you're in this with us. Mm-hmm. You are inside secret, into the world that the Mariners deliver to the community, and you do it beautifully, but you really feel like one of us as you're calling every ball game.
Well, that's why, I started to get a little bit of a speech. I go, is this my induction ceremony here or what? I go, wait a second, we got a game to play here in a little while.
This is a short schedule.
Throw the first pitch, and I started talking, thanking people. I go, I think I need to go here, and but that's the way the team made me feel. All the players when I first got here, the current players are absolutely amazing. These guys, Cal Raleigh and Andres Munoz, J.P. Crawford. I go right down the roster. They've been great to me. But basically, it's been the fans have been great to me. For the last 41 years, they've taken me into their families and their homes and their cars and out to the beaches and the lakes and up in the mountains on hikes. And they made me feel at home. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, but this is my home because the fans took me in. And I just wanted to thank the fans as quickly as I could, But that's when you're around one place for a long time as a broadcaster, they get to know you, and in a way, I get to know them too, especially at spring training, walking around in the morning down at the lower fields. I love talking with the fans and talking baseball and have that connection. I've always been able to have that connection, and that's why I feel that this is my home. It is my home, and that's why the fans have made me feel so much part of this community.
You are hearing the voice of Rick Riz, voice of your Seattle Mariners. You knew, Rick, coming into this year that this would be your final season. How is that weighing on you as you do each and every broadcast?
Yeah, Ursula, that's a great question. This is the first time in 52 years because I spent 8 years in the minor leagues, and I'm kind of pumping the brakes. I don't want the season to end. I want it to end on a high note. We got to get this thing turned around, and they will. So knowing that it's my final season, I'm just trying to savor every last drop, of the year. And so I'm trying to, like I said, slow things down. But the seasons and the years go by faster and faster and faster, as you know, Ursula. And Spike.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
They do go faster.
Yeah, thanks for leaving my name out of that, guys. I appreciate you both.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then, one day I'm going to turn around and go, wow, it's all over after 41 years here. But I'm going to look back on an amazing 41 years here because of the way the organization has treated me, since 1983. And John Stanton has been amazing. He cares about everybody in this organization and the players and my bosses down through the years, Randy Adamek, Kevin Martinez, and now Greg Green, the guys who I've worked with through the years, from Dave Niehaus to Gary Hill Jr. and Aaron Goldsmith, Shannon Dreyer, and the other guys like Ryan Roll Smith, Andrew Mentink.
So many.
So many. And I could go on and on and on,
Yes.
but it's been an amazing 41 years.
Well, we have been honored to listen to you, to know you. And, at the end of the show, I always give my words to live by, but I want to give that honor to you today because I know you have all sorts of words to live by.
Well, I think, Ursula, in my life, you got to enjoy the little things in life. Enjoy all the little things, the sights that you see. Look at Mount Rainier, a cloud in the sky. Just enjoy the little things. Families holding arms together, because then when the big things come away, they're just going to blow you away. So enjoy all the little things in life, the little joys, even the trials, the tribulations, everything in between, but enjoy the little things.
Rick Riz, you are always so positive, regardless of what you are dealing with on the baseball field or also in your personal life. You are an inspiration.
Oh, thank you, Ursula and Spike. I really appreciate it. Always great to talk with you guys. Call me anytime.
Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
You're welcome. Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you. And I know.
I'll save that tape. I'm going to play that tape.
Okay, Spike, you've got a chance to tease ahead. What's coming up on your show?
I don't know. No, I'm serious. We are going to talk about the situation that Eastern Washington is still dealing with.
Yes.
Now there's BC smoke. We've had a lot of fire talk, though. Jake just got back from a week's vacation with the family.
Lots of
He went out
stories.
to see America. I want to know what he saw.
Okay, Jake and Spike coming up next. Have a great day.
Hope you had as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Oh, Harry Carey.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
Don't wait, insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Anthony Hamilton with Tony live in the Tulalip Amphitheater Thursday, September 10th. Tickets Tickets are on sale now. Details at TulalipCasino.com.
Mark is 76, and his shoulder pain was getting in the way of him playing baseball. You heard that right. Baseball.
Yeah, there's a whole league here of old guys pretending like we're kids.
The pain from severe arthritis just wasn't going away.
It was like a nerve-type pain, and I couldn't sleep at night.
That's when Mark decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
Well, if I can avoid surgery anytime, you'd probably be better off.
Mark is back out on the diamond playing baseball.
So I moved into this retirement community, and I talked about my shoulder, and these old people here, they got all excited about it, and 2 of them now have gone to see Mark Wagner. They don't like driving into Seattle, so I drive them in.
He more than recommends Dr. Wagner. He chauffeurs. So whether it's a hip like mine or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Holy smokes!
The On Cruise Adventures Rick Riz Show.
What happened at the ballpark yesterday?
Sparky's sitting on my scorebook here, my cat.
Friday mornings at 8:15 on Seattle's Morning News.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's